siya po yung nasa kanan nung framed document, hindi mo pa din siya nakikilala kasi kilala siya sa community.
Madam Chair, hindi ko po siya kilala.
So ngayon, Ms. Guo, gusto ko pong ipakita sa inyo ang photo namang ito ni Ma Dongli. Itong Ma Dongli, yung sinabi sa video Zoom interview ni, or actually, sinabi sa Al Jazeera report na siya daw yung handler ni Shi Zhejiang. Siya rin daw ang handler ni Guo Huaping. Itong photo na to, ipinakita to actually nga sa documentary ng Al Jazeera, pero doon, binlur. Kilala mo ba siya, itong si Dongli? Siya yung naka-blue sa kaliwa ng either Cambodian or Myanmar monk.
Madam Chair, hindi ko po siya kilala.
So, siya ba yung handler mo?
Wala po akong handler. Hindi po ako spy. Hindi ko po siya kilala, Madam Chair.
Meron bang ibang lumapit sa iyo para rekrutin ka, para magtrabaho sa gobyerno ng ibang bansa?
Madam Chair, never po. Wala po.
Ms. Guo, anong alam mo sa yung terminong United Front?
Madam Chair, hindi ko po alam yun.
Pero yung ama nyo, si Jian Zhong Guo, di ba honorary member siya ng Philippine Chow Tai Organization? Tama ba?
Madam Chair, yung Chow Tai Organization po, yan po yung pangalan po ng barangay po nila.
Pangalan ng barangay nila, saan?
Opo, sa China po.
Saan sa China?
Fujian, China. Yung Chow Tai po, yan po yung mismong barangay po.
Okay. Pero meron ding organisasyon na Philippine Chow Tai Organization, di ba?
Yung Philippine Chow Tai Organization po, ang ibig sabihin po noon, Madam Chair, lahat po ng galing po dun sa barangay na yon ay nagkaroon po sila ng organization po na parang pangsama-sama po nila dito, association po nila dito sa atin po.
So, merong ganitong klaseng association dito sa Pilipinas, Philippine Chow Tai Organization.
Opo,
tama?
Madam Chair, yung Chow Tai po, yan po yung pangalan po mismo ng barangay po nila.
At di ba honorary member si ama mo, si Jian Zhongguo, honorary member nitong Philippine Chow Tai Organization?
Madam Chair, doon sa position po, hindi po ako sure, pero doon sa Chow Tai Association po, meron po talaga dito sa Pilipinas.
At miyembro yung ama nyo, dahil taga Chow Tai siya.
Opo, basta pagkataga doon po sa barangay po na yun.
So members siya, si ama mo?
Tingin ko po member po siya.
Member siya. Sa pagkaalam namin, honorary member. At tama ba na itong Philippine Chow Tai Organization ay kinikilala bilang isang United Front Organization?
Madam Chair, hindi ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam. Alright. Tanong naman po para sa DFA. Sino pong nandirito para sa DFA? Yes, sir. Could you please come down to the floor, sir, sa mic?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
just a related
SP Pro
question.
Tempore.
Madam Alice, spiya ka ba talaga?
Sen, hindi po ako spy. Hindi po ako spiya po.
Bakit nasabi ni Xie Zingyan yung nirecord niya sa Al Jazeera?
Sen, kaya hihingi din po ako ng tulong po sa inyo. Tulungan niyo po ako mag-imbestiga, hindi po ako spy. At para naman po, hindi po ako magmukhang kawawa
Bakit
talaga.
sa dami ng tao na pwede niya banggitin, ikaw pa binanggit niya?
Tingin ko po, baka gusto lang din po niya ng media mileage ko po ngayon kasi sobrang taas po ng media mileage ko po ngayon. Possible po.
Ibig sabihin, ginamit ka lang nitong si Xie Zhejiang?
Para sa akin po kasi hindi ko po siya kilala.
Kung walang apoy, walang sunog. Kaya nga, inulit ko, bakit sa dami-dami ng tao, ikaw ang pinili niya na sabihin, ikaw ay isang spiya?
Sen, tingin ko po, dalawa lang po yan. Para sa akin po, kailangan po niya siguro ng media mileage po ngayon. Baka meron po siya ibang motibo po. Pero ako po, hindi po ako spy at hindi ko po siya kilala.
Sa tingin mo, ano motibo niya para banggitin ang pangalan mo na isa kang spiya?
Maganda rin po yung narinig ko po kanina kay Madam Chair na through our government agency po, sana po ma-invite po natin siya kahit through Zoom meeting lang din po para malaman din po natin kasi hindi po ako spy at hindi ko po talaga siya kilala.
Madam Chair, I will just reserve my line of questioning later.
Thank you, SP Pro Tempore. And for the record, ang Al Jazeera po ay isang internationally renowned media outfit. I think opinion yan at kaalaman yan shared across this committee. So I think nasa floor na, yes, yung ating DFA resource person. Sir, for the record, yung pangalan po ulit ninyo at saka katungkulan sa department.
Madam Chair, I am Acting Director of Online Pang with the Passport Division. I am also accompanied by Assistant Director Amer Tago of our Legal Affairs Office.
Thank you, Director Pangwi. So, 4 days ago, sinabi po ng department nyo na it's closely monitoring reports of foreign covert operations in the Philippines. So, yung mga revelations po ba ni Mr. Wang Fugue dun sa Al Jazeera report at pati sa Zoom interview namin, nagda-dovetail po ba sa na-monitor ng DFA so far?
Regarding this issue, I think I should defer to Attorney Amer Tago of our
Attorney
Legal Affairs
Tago,
Office.
pakibaba po sa floor at sa mic. Nakapag-sumpa rin po kayo kanina, no? Kasama ni Director Pangwi. Hindi. Comsec, paki-administer yung oath kay Attorney Tago. Salamat, Comsec. Salamat, Attorney Tago. Yes, please. Attorney, nagtanong po ako sa department if you could seek help from the Thai government to allow us access to Shi Zhejiang, considering that he may have possibly no material information pertinent to this hearing. At bakit nga po pala hindi napaunlakan yung request namin na magka-access kay Shi Zhejiang? Ang sabi po sa amin ng Philippine Embassy sa Bangkok na iniintay pa po yung advice ng department.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Recently, we received a communication from the Philippine Embassy in Bangkok, Thailand, regarding your request, ma'am, for assistance regarding the possible interview of Mr. Shi Zhejiang in Bangkok. And they informed us they reached out to your office, ma'am, raising particular certain political concerns that may have diplomatic consequences. And they are seeking the advice of the Department of Foreign Affairs on other possible avenues in order to accommodate the request due to the political diplomatic consequence that may be born because of the request. One possible avenue, Madam, is we noticed that the request may have criminal implications. Because of this, the request may be coursed through a mutual legal assistance request. We note that the Philippines and Thailand are contracting parties to the ASEAN Treaty on Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters. And under the treaty, it provides that the contracting parties may provide the widest possible measure of mutual legal assistance in criminal matters, namely investigations, prosecutions, and resulting proceedings. So under the treaty, it's not even required that there be a pending criminal case in court. It is sufficient that there be an investigation. It is also not specified under the treaty on who will conduct the investigation. So the Senate may, the investigations in the Senate may be sufficient to cover the request under the MLA. we note that the treaty provides that it pertains only to criminal matters, but there is actually nothing preventing the Senate in order to endorse or recommend the proper filing of appropriate charges with the DOJ. We also note that in MLA request, it is only the central authority who has the authority to make that request. And in the Philippines, the central authority is the DOJ, ma'am.
I see. Salamat, Attorney Tago. Very respectful yung aming komite at yung buong Senado dun sa inexpress na political concerns or diplomatic concerns ng embassy natin sa Thailand seeking advice of DFA. Well noted na this situation may have criminal implications, and helpful din yung input nyo na baka ma-course through yung initial request namin na receive ng embassy, naghihintay ng payo sa department through the Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty. Gayong contracting parties nga ang bansa natin at ang bansang Thailand. As to the filing of appropriate charges with the DOJ, nandito rin naman po ang DOJ, and I'm sure and I hope that magko-coordinate sila sa inyong department. I hope also, Attorney, narinig niyo po kanina, pinahayag ko na we really need to talk to Zhejiang. By we, kung hindi na timely na ang aming komite, then the government, the executive, no? Sa pamamagitan ng inyong department, binanggit nyo na nga po yung DOJ, and of course, our intelligence community na may mandate at expertise tignan yung ganitong mga issue. I hope that your department can make these things happen, na hindi lang maiwan sa isang Al Jazeera report or Zoom interview namin sa Senate Committee at sa office ko, pero ma-take up talaga ng executive natin through the DFA. Ang DFA po ba nagko-commit para kung kakayanin, no, within this time to make the necessary arrangements so that the Senate can speak to Zhejiang, Attorney Tago?
Madam Chair, we will coordinate with the Philippine Embassy in Bangkok because they are the best persons to analyze the political climate in Thailand and whether our request can be accommodated by the government of Thailand. We will coordinate with the Philippine Embassy to make a formal written reply to your request, ma'am.
Salamat para doon, Attorney Tago. And pwede bang makuha din yung commitment ng DOJ? Sino nga po ang nandirito para sa DOJ? Comsec, sino yung ating DOJ resource person? Yes, pakibaba po sa floor, sir. Were you able to take the oath today or previously? Yes, sir, if you could come up to a mic. Pwede bang mahingi yung commitment ng department para i-access yung binanggit na mutual assistance treaty soonest? Your name pala, sir, again for the record.
Yes, Madam Chair, good afternoon. Prosecutor Gadula po from DOJ. Yes,
Prosecutor
we
Gadula.
will coordinate with DFA, Madam Sen, regarding that treaty, and we will exert all efforts so that we could be able to get the cooperation of the witness that we would like to get the testimony form.
Thank you, Prosecutor Gatdula. And just back to DFA, kasi kayo nga po daw po yung mas proper person sagutin yung naunang tanong. Itong mga reports of covert activities, foreign covert operations in the Philippines, lumilitaw na po ba sa monitoring ng DFA? Yung revelations, particular ni Wang Fugue, both sa Al Jazeera documentary, tapos yung aming Zoom interview sa kanya.
Madam Chair, with respect to any possible covert or espionage cases, the Office of the Treaties and Legal Affairs has not yet received any information with regards to this matter, but we will coordinate with other offices of the Department of Foreign Affairs, particularly our geographic offices and our Office of the Consular Affairs, who has data with respect to passports, the data passport of possible Chinese or foreign citizens who are able to secure a passport with the DFA, ma'am.
Oh, salamat para doon, Attorney Tago, kasi nung pagkatapos naming ipakita yung Zoom interview kay Wang Fugue, pinakita din po namin yung nakuha naming travel documents nila. So apparently they have passports, itong si Shi Zhejiang at yung Ma Dongli, and may record ng sangkatutak na mga visas na nagamit nila. I think, if I saw correctly, since the 1980s, both CESA visas and at least 2 other kinds of visas. Di ba importante po sa department na posibleng may impormasyon si Shi Zhejiang tungkol sa foreign influence agents dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi kung kayo ay closely monitoring, dapat po ay itong malinaw na action point ay gagawin nyo na po, Attorney.
Ma'am, Madam Chair, with the respect to the passport matters, I will defer, ma'am, to our acting director, Von Pangui, ma'am, who is the acting director of the Office of the Consular Affairs.
Okay.
Madam
But
Chair,
we are-
Madam Chair, if I
yes,
may,
Sen
May I
Joel
just
and then Sen
pause a parliamentary
Dela Rosa.
inquiry?
Senator, rather.
Yes.
You know, Madam
Senator
Chair,
Joel.
first of all, I'm just disappointed, Madam Chair, that every single department, agency that would come here seems to be not aware of our topic and what we will be discussing here. And there's not much preparation at all going on. I've been here for 4 hours today. 4 hours. I've been here 9:30, 9:40. And I would like to ask, and again, ask the committee, the request of this representation. We have been asking for so long, since the first hearing of this committee, about the thought process, the protocols that come with all these departments, whether it's Bureau of Immigration, National Bureau of Investigation, Department of Justice, etc. Hanggang ngayon po, Madam Chair, wala akong nare-receive. I just don't know kung nag-submit na po sila dito sa committee. And if they don't submit it, Madam Chair, I'm making a commitment that come budget deliberation of these agencies, I will defer their budget immediately, Madam Chair. Dahil parang walang nag-aaral dito sa atin, kundi mga senador.
Comsec, could we know kung may nakapag-submit na ng mga protocols? So, and this will be made available to Senator Joel and the other members of the committee. Yung mga nagsumite na po ng kanilang mga protocols sa pag-imbestiga ng ganitong mga POGO-related issues na ating dinidinig ay yung NBI, salamat po, at yung CAAP, salamat po. So the others have yet to submit.
So
Senator Joel.
Thank you, NBI and CAAP.
Yes.
So wala pa hong sinubmit ang Bureau of Immigration.
Wala
Wala rin
pa.
sinubmit yung ilang ahensya ng pamahalaan. Yung PNP, wala pa rin
Wala pa.
sinubmit. Kaya ho tayo nakakalungkot, para tayo mga tatanga-tanga, pag yung Al Jazeera nakita na natin, tapos sasabihin natin, o sige, maniwalaan na natin yan. Kasi wala pa rin tayo hanggang ngayon nagagawa. Wala pa rin initial report. Wala pa rin report na binibigay dito. Hingi kami ng hingi sa inyo. Para saan pa yung budget na binibigay sa inyo? Gusto ko lang sabihin yon, Madam Chair. I'm just so pissed that every time we invite somebody from the government, whether it's a bureau or a department or agency, mag-aral naman kayo pag pupunta kayo dito and anticipate already what we will be asking. Please, Madam Chair, I'm just not happy the way we're being treated by these agencies. Akala nyo, alam nyo, totoo, mapagpasensya kami, mababait itong mga senador, pero hindi kami tanga para lokohin nyo at paligoy-liguhin ninyo. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Joel.
Madam
So
Chair.
serving notice to the other agencies who have yet to submit, pakisubmit within this hearing. Huwag nyo na pong intayin yung motion ni Senator Joel. Senator De La Rosa.
Yes, Madam Chair, at to follow up to the comments made by Senator Villanueva, how I wish, Madam Chair, na in a hearing as important as this, dapat siguro yung Secretary of Foreign Affairs ang andito. Dahil kung sino-sino pinapadala dito, parang nagpapasahan, turo, I will defer to, turo, I will defer to, Madam Chair. So, dapat siguro yung pinaka-head of that agency ang andito. Dahil, tayo, you can just imagine the effort that we are exerting here. This is a matter of national security, Madam Chair. Baka hindi lang ninyo na-realize kayo sa DFA, baka iniisip niyo puro diplomatic lang trabaho ninyo. Please naman, you should bigyan ninyo ng konting pagtingin yung national security aspect ng inyong trabaho. Yung request ng committee na ito, sana bilisan ninyo. Pati na rin sa DOJ. Huwag tayong maghintay na one day, pagising natin, lahat ng mayor dito, lahat ng gobernador, mga Chinese na. At puro mga POGO, POGO people na ang mihawak na ating gobyerno. Siguro, mahirap, Madam Chair, yung nakita tayo, consistent tayo dito sa ating effort. Tapos yung taga-executive department is, kung sino-sino pinapadala, pabago-bago yung tao, at wala. Dapat siguro, we have to require the head of agency. For this matter, the Secretary of Foreign Affairs should be here to answer all our queries. Madam Chair, I so move.
Salamat, Senator De La Rosa. That's a very important, not just sentiment, but thought, kasi siguro pangatlong hearing na ito na sinasabi nating pasara na tayo, patapos na sana. And we're really looking at answering to a significant degree several important issues. Kaya I agree with what Senator De La Rosa has expressed, na sana suklian din ng executive agencies natin yung pag-estima na ibinibigay ng mga senador sa pag-imbestiga dito, na sana naging present sila dito sa posibleng huling pagdinig na natin bago i-adjourn itong investigasyon. And so I don't know if there is still time for them to remedy that within today. Pero maraming salamat, dagang salamat para dyan, Senator De La Rosa. Was that a motion that I heard from the good senator?
Yes, I am putting that as a motion. If we are going to have another hearing, which I suppose meron pa, then I am going to make that motion na sana yung secretary na para wala na pasahan ng no more passing of the buck.
In that case po, Senator De La Rosa, kung pwede niyong i-hold in abeyance yung pag-act ng ating komite
Okay,
sa
madam.
inyong motion as we approach the end of this hearing, dahil actually iniisip ko talaga pa-adjourn na tayo ng ating pagdinig. Lalo na tumuntong na tayo dun sa sinabi niyo ang napaka-importanting usapin ng national security. Binanggit ko naman earlier, no, nung palang pagkatapos ng raid, no, sa Bamban POGO hub, yung ganyang mga aligasyon na ngayon mukhang mas napapatunayan ng mga ebidensyeng nakakalap natin. So if
Madam Chair, if I
you
may,
agree,
and
salamat tayo.
I
Senator
admire
Joel.
the motion filed by our dear colleague, and I know for a fact that even if we close the hearing, Madam Chair, of this particular committee, the committees of the Senate will continue to function and will call for hearings, because this is, there's a lot of issues that we have unearthed here in this particular hearing. So perhaps, Madam Chair, in the next caucus of the all members caucus of this institution, let us make sure that we ask the secretary, or at least the USEC level, because, and with all due respect to yung mga nauutusan ng secretary at departments dito, si Attorney Tago is acting director. So acting director pa, tapos assistant prosecutor. So hilingin naman po natin, Madam Chair, at dear colleagues, and I'm appealing to all of you, na kung hindi man secretary, at least yung undersecretary na may alam dun sa usapin natin, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Joel. And I appreciate the presence of, if not the heads of agencies, but salamat sa BI. Then the second in command, like of NBI, the head of PAOK, USEC din, yung mga higher level na mga resource persons na nandirito ngayon, nagpapakita ng pag-estima sa ating investigasyon. So just to go back at this point, and salamat kaayo to Senator De La Rosa for holding in abeyance the action of the committee on his motion till towards the end of today's hearing. So Attorney Tago, sinabi nyo na, no, na DFA can request access to SHE from the Thai government, sabi nyo nga sa ilalim ng mutual legal assistance treaty. Hindi naman natin extradite dito eh. Ang hinihingi lang natin ay makausap siya ng ating mga otoridad, kayo din sa executive. And I just want to make this of record, dear colleagues. The reason this is important to me is this. I have persuasive information that the file of at least one young brother is with SHE, conforming that young brother as a foreign agent. Kaya napaka-importante po makapag-establish ng communication kay SHE sa pamamagitan ng Thai government sa ilalim niyang Mutual Assistance Treaty dahil mukhang yung buong gobyerno natin, hindi lang kami sa legislature, kayo po sa executive, may makukuhang importanteng impormasyon para sa proteksyon ng ating gobyerno laban sa ganitong mga foreign covert operations. And lastly, Attorney Tago, for the DFA today, yung pangalan po bang Ma Dongli, lumitaw na po ba sa radar ng department?
Madam Chair, I will defer, Madam Chair, to our Acting Director Van Pongwi with respect to, I believe it has, but
All right, let's hear it straight
I
from
will,
the acting director in charge. Yes, Acting Director Pangwi, please, if you could take the mic again. So, lumitaw na po ba sa radar nyo yung pangalang Ma Dongli?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. The name Ma Dongli so far as for consular has not yet been raised. Normally for consular we deal, if not for passports, for visa applications, but as for info, it hasn't been raised yet.
Okay. Pero nakita nyo naman sa photos namin, sangkatutak na visas na ang natanggap nitong Ma Dongli, tulad ng sangkatutak na visas ni Shi Zhejiang from at least 3 sources, including CESA and 2 other sources.
Yes, ma'am. We take note of this. For the information of the body, Madam Chair, the DFA only issues tourist entry visas into the country, and normally before we issue entry visas, we need to get clearance from 2 other agencies, the Bureau of Immigration and the and NICA, before we issue from our foreign service posts visas, tourist visas for entry to the Philippines. Upon entry to the Philippines, it's up to the other agencies whether they will grant other SRI visas or other visas for longer stay here in the country.
Salamat, Director Pangwi, which brings home the point again and again na ang gulo-gulo kasi ang dami-dami nating ahensyang nag-i-issue ng visas tapos walang consolidation sa database, walang checking, cross-referencing, kaya nalulusutan ang isa o ilan until it comes to an investigation like this in the Senate. Kaya matagal na ring nasisilip ng aming komite na yun yung isang remedial legislation para i-tighten at isara yung mga gaps sa ating mga institusyon at sa ating mga proseso tulad ng visa issuance. Yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, si Ma Dongli is not, hindi siya bago sa bansa natin. In fact, checking the flights from 1995 to 2018, he traveled to the Philippines 37 times. No? And then si Shi Zhejiang, hindi na rin bago sa atin, from 2011 to 2020, he traveled to the Philippines 21 times. No? So, labas-pasok sila sa ating bansa. And we all know that si Mr. She nakulong sa Thailand for the same crimes, no? Human trafficking, scamming, and other criminal activities. Madong Lee is a partner of Mr. She in the Yatay Myanmar company which operates yung POGO hub sa Myanmar. No? So, in other words, magkasama itong dalawang to. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Sherwin. At hindi rin bago sa ating komite yung pangalang Yatay kasi yun yung pinagtrabahuan nung 11 mga Pilipinong na human traffic. Akala nila papunta silang trabaho sa Bangkok, tinraffic sila dun sa Shwekoko region sa Myanmar, sa Yatay din. At dun sila kinailangang i-rescue noon ng mga international NGOs, mga anti-trafficking advocates sa Myanmar, Thailand border at ng ating Philippine Embassy, hindi sa Yangon pero sa Bangkok, kasama nung ilang mga kasamahan natin dito sa Senado. So,
Madam Chair?
Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
Meron ba tayong BI dito?
Meron po. Actually, sila yung susunod na tatanungin ko. Alright,
Yes.
you may take first crack at it,
Yeah,
Senator De La Rosa.
Yeah, Madam Chair. Attorney Biado,
Yes, po, sir.
nakita na naman niyo yung mukha ni Lee.
Yes, po, sir.
Yeah. I hope hindi tayo pagtatawanan nitong mga tao na ito because kung meron tayong sasabing sino bang above kay James Bond? Manood ka na sine.
Si M po, sir.
Yung above kay James Bond, yung
Si-
handler ni James Bond.
Si M. M.
M.
po.
Si M.
Yes, po.
Kung meron man tayong may M ni James Bond, ito na yun, yung M ng China. Chinese intelligence. Sana huwag tayong pagtatawanan nito mga tao na ito, pabalik-balik sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, hearing tayo. Nanonood yan ngayon, tawa yan ng tawa sa atin. Tapos mamaya, kinabukasan, it's a challenge tayo. Babiyahin na naman yan, papasok sa Pilipinas. At our expense. At our national security expense. At our national interest expense. At our national pride expense. Na ginaganon tayo ng mga tao na ito. Sana kayo sa Bureau of Immigration, gawan na kagad nyo ng alert. I don't know how you do it. Basta pag makita nyo itong tao na ito na papasok sa Pilipinas, kunin nyo kaagad. I don't know how you do it. You know, kayo naman ang immigration, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Oh, kunin nyo kaagad itong tao na ito. They'll dispose a great danger to our country.
Will do po, Your Honor.
Yung tao na ito, kung meron pang mas above kay James Bond, mas mataas ito kay James Bond, siguruhin natin ito.
Will do po, Your Honor.
Para hindi tayo pagtatawanan.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Salamat kaayo, Senator De La Rosa. Since on board na kayo,
Yes, po.
Commissioner Chair YC Viado.
Good afternoon po, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. We requested po from the Bureau a copy of the flight records of Matong Lee.
Yes, po.
So do you have this with you and can you confirm that Mr. Ma has entered the Philippines? Sasabihin ko sana more than 20 times, pero ayon kay Senator Sherwin, more than 30 times since the 1990s. Can you do you have the flight records po and can you confirm these facts?
Yeah, I have the flight records and previously, Your Honor, we submitted a copy to your office po, Your Honor. Ang summary po namin dito, the first arrival of Mr. Ma Dong Lee was in 28 May 1995.
Okay.
Ang first departure po niya was 06 November 1995. Ang latest departure po niya, 27 June 2018. And latest arrival is 22 June 2018. And as per our record, he already left the country on 27 June 2018 and has not yet returned.
All right.
As to the exact number po ng times of travel po, I can give you a copy so that we can be very definitive about the number po, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Madam Chair?
Commissioner. Yes, Senator De La
I
Rosa.
just would like to advise BI
Yes po.
that itong tao na ito, kung ito'y talagang member ng Ministry of Security Services
Apo.
ng China, he can assume other identities. In fact, mayroon pa nga tayong information na may American identity pa ito siya eh. So, siguro, as far as your official record is concerned, as Madong
Lee.
Lee,
Madong Lee.
yun lang hanggang 2018. Baka hindi natin alam na pabalik-balik pa rin yan dito, assuming other identity. So, we should double time our effort here, Commissioner.
Yes po, sir. We
Thank
will
you.
attend to it right away.
Thank
And
you.
exhaust all possibilities. And thank you for that.
Salamat po, Senator De La Rosa. And Commissioner Viado,
Yes po, Your
can you also confirm na si Ma Dongli has used various visas from a CESA visa to a 9A visa to an MCL 09-006 visa. May pang-apat pa pala,
Yes.
EO408 visa. Can you confirm po?
We confirm that, Your Honor.
Ayan po ipa-flash po namin. Ayan, ang dami-dami po.
Yung MCL po,
Mas marami pang visas kesa sa natanggap ko sa tanang buhay ko.
sa 22 June 2018, naka-MCL 006 po siya.
Okay.
And in 1997, meron ho siyang Special Investor Resident Visa.
SIRV tulad nung
SIRV
meron
po.
dati si Lin Wenyi.
Yes, Your Honor. And meron ho siyang CESA Visa in 2014.
And yung 9A visa.
Yung
nagkaroon
9A
din siya.
Visa, meron din po siya, Your Honor.
Okay. And kung totoo po yung sinabi ni Mr. Wang Fugui sa Al Jazeera at sa Zoom interview namin, kung totoo yun, ibig sabihin, may miyembro ng Ministry of State Security ng China na nagkaroon ng multiple visas sa ating bansa. So, and tiningnan din po namin ang mga visa naman ni Shi Zhejiang. Ganun din. May 9A visa, may CESA visa din.
Meron po. Your Honor.
Meron din po. And
Meron po,
confirmed
Your
po ng BI.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Wow. Okay. By the way, can you give us an update po dun sa status ng investigasyon nyo dun sa pag-eskapo ni Guo Huaping at yung party niya?
Thank you very much for Your Honor. Yung first theory po namin was the subject entered Malaysia via sea. Ang second theory po, she entered it via air. Now, meron po, Your Honor, initial report that we submitted informally to your office. I would like to take this opportunity also to apologize to Senator Villanueva. Ma'am, sir, nagbibigay po kami ng updated reports ko po kay Madam Chairperson. Yun lang po, informally po, Your Honor. Because as committed by the Bureau of Immigration, we wanted to give you updates as to how the investigation is ongoing. The investigation is still pending, and we will get into the truth of the matter. Ito po yung second phase ng report po namin, albeit admittedly incomplete pa po, ay ibibigay po namin ngayon. Ang naging basis po namin in making the report on the international airports of entry and exit are the following. First, we got the attendance record of all international airport terminals from July 1 to 2024. Second, we got the submitted reports of flights by terminal heads in all international airport terminals from July 1 to 31, 2024. We also got the submitted reports by yung IPROBS team po namin, yan ho yung nagko-conduct ng secondary inspection in the international airport terminals from July 1 to 20. We also got the consolidated summary of documents evidencing chartered and special flights in selected international airport terminals from July 1, 2024 to August 15, 2024. We got the certifications from terminal heads of international airport terminals attesting that the persons in interest did not pass through inspection in their respective jurisdictions. We also got subsequent sworn certificates from the terminal heads reiterating their declaration in compliance with the directive of the Bureau for them to submit the reports and certifications. We also got Pag-asa weather forecasts and advisories issued for the period of July 1 to 25, 2024. And lastly, we got other information from personal inquiries with terminal heads. This report, Your Honors, can be provided to the members of the committee for your perusal and further study.
If I may,
Please
Madam
do.
Chair, I think
Senator Joel.
the million-dollar question is, in that particular documents that you were sharing with us,
Yes,
saan po doon yung unang na-citan sila Guo Huaping?
If Your Honor would permit me, if I can continue on with the report, and then I will reveal it later.
Please
on.
include that
sige.
in the course of
Yes,
your
okay.
full report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator
One
Joel.
relevant data that we were able to gather was the July 2024 weather, Your Honors. Based on Pag-asa, there was no existing tropical depression or significant weather anomaly that may negatively affect small boat travel in the west and southwest area for the period July 1 to 15, 2024. However, relevant data will show that there may already be significant adverse effects in sea travel starting July 16 because of the buildup of Butchoy. It was on 19 to 21 July 2024 that both Butchoy and Karina fully developed from being a tropical depression in the southwest monsoon to tropical storms. Butchoy left the Philippine area of responsibility on 20 July 2024, while Karina wreaked havoc in the Philippines until 25 July 2024. Notwithstanding the foregoing, air flights were only delayed or moved. But this lowers the possibility of going the route via sea because of the tropical depression and then the typhoons which eventually developed. In the analysis, we also focused on special flights, as taking a commercial flight would be highly risky, considering that the persons in interest are, high profile. So strict screening and surveillance, airports have strict security protocols, including identity verification through passports and government-issued IDs, making it highly likely that the persons in interest would be flagged during security checks. Flight databases and watch lists. The persons in interest have been included in an immigration lookout bulletin, and such issuance could trigger immediate effects and alerts to law enforcement.
Madam
Board-
Chair, if I may.
Yes, Senate
Yes, sir.
President
If
Pro
I just may
Tempore.
interrupt, Attorney
Yes, sir.
Diado.
Yes, pa, sir.
You mentioned earlier that airports were very strict.
Yes, pa.
All right. If, for example, I've mentioned this earlier in one of my privileged speeches, the persons in interest, especially Alice Guo, took a chartered plane, a private
Yes.
plane, in a small airport
Yes, pa.
na walang kaap, walang representative of kaap, walang representative ng BI, wala talagang government official.
Yes, pa. That's possible, Your Honor. It's very much possible.
For example, sa isang maliit na airport, halimbawa sa Naga, yung mga hindi masyadong ginagamit na airport, halimbawa sa Samar, may mga airports na maliliit doon.
Opo. Marami pong mga private airstrips, Your Honor, all over the Philippines. The exact figure is not with us, but we can confirm with
But you cannot say that
it's
they are
possible.
very strict because
Yes.
they are walang representatives from CAAP.
That's
How
correct.
can they monitor the flights over there?
That's correct, Your Honor. Monitoring is going to be a problem in that case. And
So it's possible.
it's possible, very much
That is
possible.
one theory, that it's possible for them, the persons in interest, to escape.
It's very much possible, Your Honor. The use of a private airstrip was included or the possibility of the use of a private airstrip was included in our report, which we
Sa
will be
Pangasinan,
providing.
meron din private airstrip doon.
At balita po namin, pati po mga flying schools, may mga private
Yes.
airstrips po yan.
She
Na
can
pwede
easily
hong
ride
gamitin.
there. Maraming pera ito. Bayaran na lang yung kung sino man involved. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah. That's very much possible. And
Thank
the
you,
third
SP Pro Tempore. Please
Yeah.
continue.
The third
Commissioner.
option, pwede pong hybrid. Meron pong flight and then merong via sea. But very telling, we have to consider, Your Honors, the passport stamps saying that July 18, 2024, the subject entered Kuala Lumpur International Airport. And then the other stamp po, which states that July 19 sa Sabah. I have to reiterate, Your Honors, that this is a pending investigation, ongoing investigation. And we had to do verification and validation on our own. And based on our validation, it was confirmed what Senator Hontiveros said, that the subject, Alice Guo, entered Kuala Lumpur International Airport on July 18 at 12:17.
And you were not aware of it.
We thank Your
Because
Honors for pointing
because
us in the right
after
direction.
Senator Risa delivered her privilege speech that and revealed that Alice Guo was already in Malaysia, and then you denied it the next day. You were not aware of it. Buti pa si Senator Risa alam, kayo hindi alam.
We would like to thank Senator Ontiveros
Kaya nga,
regarding that.
ibig mo sabihin, mas magaling intelligence niya, na office niya, kaysa sa inyo.
Your Honors,
Labo naman nun.
we would like to thank Senator Ontiveros for pointing us in the right direction, but we had to confirm also on our own, Your Honor. And it
But you
corroborated.
denied it the next day.
Your Honor,
That Alice Guo was still in the country after the privileged speech delivered by Senator Risa.
if I may, Your Honor, I wasn't the one who denied it.
Who denied it?
I wasn't the
It's
OIC
in your
yet, Your
office.
Honor.
Yes, it was the Bureau at
It
the
was the Bureau,
time.
Your Honor.
It was
And
the
now
Bureau
we
of
are
Immigration
hearing
who
the
denied
report
it.
of the same Bureau,
yes,
their
Your Honor.
latest ongoing findings.
Yes.
My
And
God. After she delivered her privileged speech that Alice Guo left the country, that the next day you denied that she was in another country, that she was still here in the Philippines.
Commissioner, I hope
sir.
you understand why we feel very strongly about this.
Yes, Your
Dahil
Honor,
nung panahong
I
pong
understand.
iyon, just before we discovered and shared in plenary na nakatakas na pala si Alice Guo, I remember there was a hearing, pangako po ng BI noon sa amin,
Yes, Your Honor.
ni SP Pro Tempore, based on his questioning, na andito pa si Guo Huaping sa Pilipinas at hindi siya patatakasin ng BI. Yun pala at that time, she had already escaped. So, kaya po, I'm sure you can understand how strongly we feel po about this. At the same time,
We understand, Your Honor.
na-appreciate ko po yung report that you are making to us now sa inyong ongoing investigation. It's good to hear.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kino-confirm nyo po yung information namin na talagang pumasok sa KL International
And-
Airport si Guo Huaping
And it was also
July 18.
Yes, Your Honor. It was also stated that there is no record of entry into Sabah on July 19, 2024.
Opo, similar dun sa napag-alaman namin na yung stamp supposedly entering Sabah July 19 was fake. Unlike po yung kino-confirm nyo na rin ngayon na genuine stamp of arrival at KL International Airport on July 18. Tama
July
po?
18 yung end report. There was a confirmation of the entry of the subject into Kuala Lumpur International Airport on July 18,
Apo.
2024 at 12:17, Your Honor. And in
Please
the event
proceed
that,
po with your report.
in the event that there are any mistakes made in the past, we would like to rectify that, Your Honors.
And hopefully, wala nang repeat po niyan. Ang bubuin po namin hindi lang findings but recommendations,
Yes,
including
Your Honor.
through remedial legislation, ay
Yes,
para
Your Honor.
hindi na mangyari ulit yan
Opo.
in the hands of BI.
And Madam Chair, just to
Senator
clarify,
Joel.
that's the arrival you're talking about,
Arrival
July
po.
18,
Yeah.
arrival in
Yes po.
Malaysia. So that was the first time you got this information that she's already out of the country. The sighting, the official sighting, official document that says she's no longer in the country. That's July 18 in Malaysia.
We were able to confirm it.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
only, that's the first one. The first one, you realize that she's no longer in the country. Officially.
Personally, Your Honor, when I was appointed as the OIC, I immediately sought the authorization from our mother agency to conduct the investigation. So what I did was I sent out notices and sent out memoranda to require our terminal heads to submit their respective reports. And the confirmation that we got from impartial third-party sources was only given to us more than a week ago, Your Honor.
Yes,
The
SP Pro
confirmation.
Tempore.
Yes, Your Honor.
When did you get to know that Alice Guo already escaped the country? Is it because of the privileged speech delivered by
Personally,
Senator
Your Honor.
Ontiveros?
Personally, Your Honor, or the Bureau?
The Bureau.
The Bureau.
I cannot speak for the whole Bureau, but I only learned about it on August 19 during the day.
After the privileged speech of Senator Risa?
Yeah, Your Honor, yes. That's the truth, Your Honor.
Thank you for
About
the
the-
truth, Commissioner. And also for,
Actually-
as the Chair said earlier, updating the committee now about the results of the ongoing investigation. Can you complete your report to the committee for
Yes, Your
our
Honor.
full knowledge?
We will complete the report, Your Honor.
So pero for today, yun na po ba
For
yung
today,
maiuulat sa
Yes
amin?
po, Your Honor. We can give a copy to the members of the committee, so for your study and perusal po, Your Honor.
Yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, just to pursue a topic. Confirmed, Commissioner, na July 18, 2024, si Ms. Guo Huaping arrived in KL 12:17 p.m.
12:17 hours po. So that would be noon.
Noon time. So, and that stamp is authentic.
What the third-party source said was, we can confirm that she entered
She
Kuala
entered
Lumpur
because of
International
that,
Port.
and the evidence is that stamp.
We started off with the query with providing them with the stamp.
Okay, and they confirmed that the stamp is authentic.
They confirmed the entry, Your Honor.
What's the difference?
Uh,
What's the difference?
Uh,
Isn't the stamp the evidence of the entry?
yes, Your Honor.
O
Yes,
so
Your Honor.
pareho lang siya.
Yes.
Tama?
Your Honor. Yes. Your Honor.
So paano siya, anong sinakyan niya? It's an airport, so obviously it's an airplane.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what are the, I'm sure you've seen, siguro chinek niyo yung airlines arriving at that time?
We are in the process of asking for the manifests to
Okay.
determine where she came from, where the flight to Kuala Lumpur International Airport came from.
Pwede siyang manggaling sa ibang lugar at dumating
Yes,
sa
Your Honor.
KL? Pwede siyang manggaling sa Pilipinas at nanggaling sa
Yes, Your
KL,
Honor.
diba?
That's we're in the process of verifying that, Your
Wala
Honor.
pa tayong information.
Wala pa po kami
At sigurado tayo
information.
nag-aeroplano siya at
Yes
that
po.
time.
Oo. Papasok ng Malaysia.
When can we get that information?
We are in
Because
the
it's only government to government that can get that information.
We will try with the different airlines, Your Honor.
Can
to get the
the KL
manifests.
authority in KL airport provide that information? Alam nila lahat ng mga eroplanong pumapasok doon eh. At that time, at that particular time.
There might be issues concerning diplomacy or we
Then
are not
within
sure,
a-
Your Honor. We had to, frankly, Your Honor, we had to do some back channeling. Your Honor.
Yeah, but what's the issue with diplomacy? It's only a flight manifest coming from an airport.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I don't see the complication.
At this point, Your Honor, what we can do is, or what we've been doing, is we are requesting from airlines as to the copy of their manifest.
Baka pag
And we're
airline,
also-
ang dami eh. Diba? Dapat yung airport kasi alam nila lahat ng pumapasok
Opo.
doon.
If I may, Senator Sherwin, maybe, Commissioner, you could request the assistance of DFA if there are really any diplomatic considerations. Kasi kung wala naman, it seems pretty straightforward nga po.
Yes po.
Just to get the manifests from the airlines landing in KL at that
Well,
time.
what we can do, Your Honor, what we've been doing is checking our own internal records as to ano po yung mga flights na maaring umalis ng Manila, diretso papunta po ng Kuala Lumpur. Aside from that, we have been making representations with airlines para kung ano po yung pwede lang i-reveal in accordance with their flight manifest.
But I think it's harder, sorry, Madam
Senator
Chair.
Joel.
Sorry, but I think it's harder, sir.
Yes,
Attorney Joel, no, with all due respect, parang it's harder. It's easier to go straight to the airport and find out anong airline yan. Is it
Yes
a
po, Your
commercial
Honor.
flight? Is it a private plane?
We will do that, Your Honor.
No, but as of now, you don't have any idea?
Hindi po ho namin ginagawa na to go directly to the airports,
To the
Your Honor.
airport?
Oho. Panay,
I-
ano po,
I-
yung records po namin na we're
I
denying
just
that,
wonder
Your Honor.
why. And one more thing that I'd like to ask, how sure are you na siya yun? Because Guawaping and Alice, even ayaw man niya aminin na siya si Guawaping eh.
We had to go through channels, Your Honor, and it is a impartial third-party source, which
And
we
that
can
is
cite.
that is what you believe in, that it is really her who arrived
Yes,
in
Your
Malaysia, July 18, 2024.
That's correct po, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Thank you, Senator Joel. Yes, and before I call on the SP pro tempore, I agree with Senator Joel. Rather than starting from here, Pilipinas, hindi pa nga ma-identify paano siya umalis, saan exactly, when, since na-confirm yun na po na she arrived in KLIA July 18, 12:17 p.m., then obviously it's easier to work backward
Yes,
from there. Kasi, and earlier, kinonfirm ko rin through our corroborating party in Malaysia, yung DAP, Member of Parliament, na genuine yung stamp, yung tinatanong din ni Senator Sherwin kanina. So I think it's easier to
Yes po.
start from the KLIA na alam niyong lumapag siya doon kesa mag-search sa maaring pinagliparan or sampahan niya dito sa Pilipinas. SP pro
yes po.
tempore. Yes,
Thank
SP
you.
pro tempore.
Attorney Joel, kasi dito, pag uwi ng pasahero dito sa atin, tinatataka ng immigration officer passport natin,
Yes po.
arrival.
Yes po, Your
At
Honor.
meron sinusulat yung flight number.
Opo, Your
Di ba? Doon ba sa Kuala Lumpur, kung nakita niyo yung passport ni Alice Guo, wala bang tatak na walang sinusulat na flight number or vessel number?
Wala pong negligible, wala pong nakalagay.
Walang nakasulat. Pero meron blankong doon sa stamp nila, meron nakalagay na kung paano ka nakarating doon sa Kuala Lumpur. It's either through sea or by air.
Wala pong nakalagay, Your Honor. Ang nakalagay lang po doon, meron hong stamp ng isang airline, but the thing is, upon verification, it was an outbound flight, hindi yung papasok ng Kuala Lumpur.
Sa arrival nakalagay outbound flight.
Doon sa ano po. Yun hong flight number, ID 177, if I'm not mistaken, is an outbound
What
flight.
airline was
Hindi
that?
ho siya
What
papasok
airline
ng,
was that?
I think Batik Air po, Your Honor. Batik Air po yan.
Indonesian
Batik
Air.
Indonesian?
Indonesian.
Airline.
Batik Air. Pero palabas po ng Kuala Lumpur yun, hindi po papasok.
Salamat, SP Pro Tempore. So, if kompleto na po yung report nyo sa amin of your ongoing investigation,
Yes po, Your Honor.
ano yung pinaka-conclusion nyo about the escape of Go Huaping and her party? As of now, no? Ano yung preliminary conclusion
She entered Malaysia via air. Your
Via
Honor.
air.
Via air. On
So,
July 18.
nyo? Okay. She entered Malaysia via air. Yun
Are
yung
you,
malakas
are
na
you
theory
sure?
nyo
Are you
ngayon.
sure? How many percent are you sure that she flew to Indonesia by air?
Malaysia
To
po.
Malaysia. po.
Malaysia.
We're basing it on the confirmation as to her actual entry into Kuala Lumpur.
So
Based on that.
the revelation of Alice Guo during the previous hearings that she went to Malaysia was via sea. It's totally false.
If she went to Malaysia via sea, it might have been through Sabah. And there is no record of entry of Alice Guo into Sabah on July 19, 2024, Your Honor.
There was a stamp in their passports, but it was proven to be fake.
Yes.
Hindi siya
There's no
nagmamatch.
record of entry.
Opo. So walang, as far as the BI is concerned, tama po ba, Commissioner, walang record of entry ni Go Huaping and her party sa Sabah.
Sa Sabah po.
On
July
19
19,
July. Wala po.
2024, Your Honor.
So yung sinasabi din ni Sheila Guo during the first time that she appeared, na sinasabi niyang sumakay siya sa boat is also totally false. If you conclude that
We might presume that, Your Honor.
if you conclude that they flew by air, by plane.
Yes, Your Honor. You might presume that, Your Honor.
Thank you, SP Pro Tempore. Yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, on the same topic, Commissioner, I suggest, kasi meron na tayong time,
Yes, po.
meron na tayong date, meron tayong stamp, we can also get the CCTV. No, I would assume that in KL Airport may CCTV yan. And then second, KL Airport, malaking airport to .
Yes po, Your Honor.
So pagtatanungin natin yung isa-isang airlines, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So it's we need to go to the airport. They have all the manifest. Lahat ng airline na pumapasok on that particular day, pwede nating kunin yung mga airlines and work. Tama nga, sabi nga ni Chairperson, work back para makita natin.
We're tracing
Kasi
it back, Your Honor.
That is an important clue .
Yes po, Your
Yung
Honor.
stamp on July 18. It's a clue that we can already start working on.
Yes, Your Honor. We will do that, Your
And
Honor.
of course, pag galing Pilipinas yan, then there's an issue on how she managed to board a plane
Opo.
and leave the Philippines.
At least natuldukan na po yung date of entry niya at oras, papasok ng Malaysia. So all we need to do is trace back. So at least yung pong time frame at timeline natin, na limit na po natin.
Pwede ba pwede ko bang tanungin, Madam Chair, si Ms. Guo?
Yes,
Bakit
Ms.
nga may
Go
time,
Huaping.
bakit nga meron kang July 18 entry in KL?
Sen, regarding po that I invoke my right against self-incrimination po. Thank you po.
Salamat, Sherwin. Okay, since, salamat Commissioner Viado.
You're welcome po, Your
Since sinabi kanina ni Attorney Tago ng DFA na may coordination ng department sa BI at saka sa NICA sa matters ng visas, pwede pong matanong ang NICA. Sino po yung ating resource person from NICA? Yes, Secretary. Director General?
Deputy, Madam Chair.
Deputy Director General Asedillo. Yes, sir. So after the Al Jazeera documentary, anong steps ang in-undertake nyo para i-validate yung mga claims doon?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Without going through the details, we would like to confirm that we have parallel efforts to verify as to first, whether or not Xie Zhijiang is a bona fide MSS personnel. Two, to check on his story regarding his so-called recruitment in our country. And of course, Madam Chair, its implication as to the person and the circumstances of one Miss Guo Huaping.
Okay. As far as you can tell us, ano yung pagkaalam nyo sa bona fides ni Xie Zhijiang?
While we await the results of our parallel efforts, Madam Chair, what we could initially inform the committee are the parallels between Mr. Xie Zhijiang and Guo Huaping. We will deal with those specifics. Again, we'd be happy to provide the committee during closed-door discussions and tie it up, Madam Chair, with our current efforts in the National Intelligence Committee as to the extent of the united front work of the Chinese Communist Party and mainland China, Madam Chair.
Salamat,
Madam Chair?
Deputy.
If
Yes,
I may.
Senator De La Rosa.
Yes, I would like to ask the Deputy Director General ng NICA. Are you optimistic, Madam Chair? Are you optimistic, the Deputy Director is, if we can get that official confirmation or denial coming from Chinese government sources as to the connection of this Ma Dongli to the MSS and also yung si
Xie Zhijiang.
Are you confident? Are you optimistic na makakuha tayo ng confirmation?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
Your Honor,
Deputy.
given the state of our affairs with mainland China, it would be hard to speak as to the level of cooperation we can expect from said country. However, there are still two other factors that may determine whether or not we can establish if Xie Zhijiang is a bona fide MSS agent. One is the cooperation of our Thai partners who have jurisdiction, who have custody of Xie Zhijiang. And second, the strength of the efforts of our, again, the parallel efforts that we have without divulging the specifics, Madam Chair, as to the results yet of that parallel effort.
So if I may, Senator De La Rosa, NICA will be coordinating with DFA and DOJ, possibly, para ma-access ng gobyerno natin si Xie Zhijiang at makuha yung mga impormasyon na kailangan para ma-protectionan nyo ang gobyerno?
Madam Chair, it goes without saying that we are very much willing to cooperate. However, by the nature of our work also, you're aware that there are also other channels that we may be able to avail of.
All the better for the sake of our nation's safety. Yes,
Correct, Madam
Senator
Chair.
De La Rosa.
I'm sure NICA has a very extensive source of information, and they can get it from other sources. If they cannot get it officially from China, then they have their other sources. So I hope they will you pounce on that, Deputy Director General, para mapapalagay ang taong bayan na tayo'y alam natin kung sinong kalaban natin, sinong hindi natin kalaban, at sinong babantayan natin. Yun lang ang importante dyan, para mapalagay yung taong bayan. Because iba na talaga pag national security ang pag-usapan. Everyone can be restless pagdating sa issue na yan. Yun lang, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you po, Senator De La Rosa. So, Deputy Asedillo, for those three subjects of your parallel efforts right now, yung bona fides ni Xie Zhijiang, then pangalawa, sorry, what was the second point? And then the third was any relation to Guo Huaping. What was the second subject of your parallel efforts?
Madam Chair, there was mention in the documentary
Yes.
that allegedly Xie Zhejiang was recruited here in the Philippines.
Ah, right.
We would like to look into that as well.
Okay. So, for these three subjects nung parallel efforts ninyo, kahit in broad strokes, ano pa ba yung ma-share nyo sa komite sa findings nyo so far?
Madam Chair, these are ancillary to the proceedings today. If you would allow, they are a bit lengthy po.
How long, how lengthy? How many minutes?
This would probably be a few minutes lang po, but I think this would highlight what has so far been uncovered in this committee and how this ties up with the current efforts of the legislature to plug the gaps and the loopholes in our system.
Please
And
proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
A few minutes.
Once again, good afternoon to the committee, Madam Chair. Thank you for this opportunity. Without causing undue anti-Chinese hysteria,
If I may, Deputy Cedillo, this is not anti any country. This is really anti-abuse of the rights of women, children, workers. In fact, alam naman po ng lahat, sa ni-rescue na human trafficking victims ay mga Chino mismo. So this is anti yung POGO and criminal activities na kinakanlong nila. So please proceed, Deputy.
thank you, Madam Chair. Very well understood. I think it is important for the committee and our nation to understand the three possible trajectories of massive Chinese presence in our country. One, we have been host to, at various points of our history, we have been host to massive Chinese diaspora. Is this latest influx part of that long-standing trend, or is this something else? Two, there is also the potential that Chinese criminal elements have relocated into our country, having found a safe haven here. Three, this could be related to the first and second, part of a genuine Chinese Communist Party and Chinese government effort to infiltrate, establish a foothold, and ultimately undermine the Philippines and its national interests, whether our foreign policy or our domestic affairs. The three I mentioned cannot be viewed in isolation anymore, generally because of the authoritarian nature of the Chinese government, and specifically because of a piece of Chinese legislation, the National Intelligence Law of 2017, that compels Chinese citizens and entities, even foreign ones operating in China, to cooperate with security and intelligence agencies. And it is a very broad mandate, specifically Article 7. The United Front, which the chairperson earlier adverted to, must be understood not just as a Chinese Communist Party arm, but also as a broad system involving agencies, social organizations, businesses, universities, research institutes, and individuals carrying out United Front work activities. It is at once a dedicated body within the Chinese party-state apparatus and a galaxy of actors orbiting around it. Another aspect to United Front work, Madam Chair, is its broad spectrum, whose depth is often underestimated, ranging from open operations, that is, public diplomacy undertaken by ambassadors across the world, to clandestine operations, which we are now seeing part of, to undermine social cohesion, exacerbate racial tension, influence politics, harm media integrity, facilitate espionage, and increase unsupervised technology transfer. While United Front work is not an intelligence service per se, it can nevertheless offer a cover for intelligence officers carrying out clandestine actions and recruitment of local agents, our very own Filipinos, acting for and in behalf of the CCP and the Chinese government, whether or not they are conscious of it. Since coming to power in 2012, President Xi Jinping has reinvigorated the United Front, which he was already familiar with, his father being a contributor to it during his early days. In May 2015, the United Front work was raised to the rank of Central Conference, thereby acknowledging its increased importance. The most distinctive characteristic of United Front work in the Xi Jinping era consists more than ever on the strategic importance of the United Front and the necessity to improve its coordination. Lastly, Madam Chair, the United Front is therefore a Communist Party policy devised to develop and reinforce its hegemony. The activities of the United Front consist in allying with or neutralizing groups situated outside the sphere of control of the Chinese Communist Party to ensure its role as the sole legitimate representative of the Chinese people. Concretely, this means eliminating domestic and external enemies, controlling groups that could defy CCP authority, building a coalition around the party in order to serve its interests, and projecting influence abroad in such a way that even individuals and groups based in liberal societies such as ours are brought to censor themselves and avoid taking a position against the Chinese Communist Party. So in conclusion, Madam Chair, whether or not we are able to establish the espionage activities of both Xie Zhijiang and one Guo Huaping, we already see, Madam Chair, the extent of malign activities of a certain nation in our country. And as a, Madam Chair, if you will permit, this has an impact on the current efforts of the Senate, especially in one, encouraging all our government agencies and even our local government units to pursue prudence and due diligence in their dealings with entities from mainland China. Even noting the efforts previously of our Senate Economic Affairs under Senator Win and our Senate Committee on Public Order and Safety, we already saw the corrosive effects of the POGOs earlier. I think this was last year. Therefore, we encourage the efforts of Senator Jinggoy Estrada in amending our Commonwealth-era espionage law and combining it with efforts to draft an anti-foreign interference law. Also, the strengthening of focal agency measures pertaining to, for example, our birth certificate, which has become the entry point for all other fake documents like passports, LTO driver's licenses, and the like. Third, related to the previous measure, to strengthen the counterintelligence efforts, not just across defense, military, and intelligence agencies, but even those government agencies that may have indirect security implications. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Deputy Asedillo. Pati sa pagtukoy at pag-affirm ng mga areas for remedial legislation na pinapahalagan talaga ng komite namin as we have gone through these successive hearings. Yung brief but very substantive report nyo prefigures some of my follow-up questions and I think gives a very important, not just cautionary note, pero sabi nyo nga paalala o mungkahi sa lahat nating nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. So it's an understatement almost to say na plausible yung Al Jazeera documentary. Not 100% certain, but at least plausible. Tama po ba, Deputy?
Yes, Madam Chair. If I was referring earlier to certain common elements between Ms. Guo Huaping and Xie Zhijiang, if you can notice between them, Madam Chair, they were practically plucked out of obscurity. And they suddenly become awash with cash, which allowed them to foray into business and eventually, in the case of Ms. Guo Huaping, even a foray into politics. Again, without discounting the possibility that this is in aid of espionage activities, on the basis alone that they are able to penetrate various agencies of government, undermine various systems existing within our country, this becomes a very, very, shall we say, insightful case for every one of us to take note, Madam Chair, not just us in the national security sector.
Opo. So, kaya siguro that accounts for the great interest ng ating mga kababayan sa particular case study na to. And dahil napaka-interesante in that way also si Shi Zhejiang, sinikap na ba ng Nika makipag-ugnayan kay Shi?
Yes, Madam Chair. Again,
Okay.
without divulging further detail, there is indeed such an effort.
Okay. Now, one thing that, and nabanggit nyo na rin kanina, almost indirectly, Deputy, one thing that stood out for me, dun sa Zoom interview namin kay Wang Fugwe, yung sinabi niyang, not all the spies are Chinese. Tumitingin din ba kayo sa mga alegasyon na may mga kababayan nating espiyang Pilipino pero nagsisilbi sa interes ng dayuhang bansa?
Madam Chair, there are at least 3 ways that this may be achieved. One is for the Chinese government to make use of their massive diaspora, not just here in the Philippines, but all across the globe. Second is the use of our own citizens, either through the promise of money and other enticements, whether or not sila po ay sold doon po sa gustong gawin ng CCP. On the mere fact po that there are enticements, madali pong makuha ang loob nila. A third, Madam Chair, although wala pa po kaming documented instance of this in our country, there is one instance in the United States that the Chinese government used a Taiwanese citizen to access sensitive information within the US government, Madam Chair, because precisely that Taiwanese citizen would be a throw-off. Hindi po siya paghinalaan given the strong alliance of these two countries, of Taiwan with the US, pero siya po yung tinarget at siya po yung nakuha ng Chinese government.
I see. At yung animosity din, supposedly, between Beijing and Taipei. Gusto ko lang, before I go on to my next question, gusto ko lang i-make of record dahil 2 beses nang nabanggit ito and kahit papano nababahala ako eh. I know it's necessary dun sa pag-aaral nyo sa 3 possible trajectories, 3 paraan, pero nababanggit talaga yung massive diaspora. And gusto ko lang ulit i-affirm na Chinese Filipinos are Filipinos. At yung Chinese Filipino community dito sa atin, on many occasions, ang majority sa kanila talagang explicit sumusuporta sa Philippine national interest. And in particular, ilang pagkakataon tumulong mismo sa investigasyong ito ng Committee on Women. I wouldn't be surprised kung sa Committee on Economic Affairs, on Public Safety and Dangerous Drugs, even Committee on Labor na isa pa sa mga Senate committees na nag-imbestiga laban sa POGO. So kaugnay nung pinag-usapan natin kanina that this is not about anti-China or anti-Chinese dahil tumutulong din po tayo sa mga Chinong victim survivors ng human trafficking. In the same way, gusto ko lang i-make of sarili kong maternal great-grandmother, pure Chinese. Halos lahat siguro tayo around the table, we have the heritage as well. So I just wanted to make that of record while appreciating yung difficult task na kailangan ginagawa ng intelligence community natin in this very globalized world, no? Na nagiging, sabi nyo nga kanina, Deputy, it's very complex. Deputy, an earlier school of thought was that hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng spies sa POGO kasi galit ang China sa POGO. Galit ang China sa casino bosses. And in fact, this was the rebuttal of our critics when we first surfaced the idea of espionage activities in Bamban. Na hindi rin naman namin inimbento kasi nung nag-ocular inspection kami doon pagkatapos ng raid, mismong yung mga law enforcement and I suppose intel persons natin doon ay nagsabing meron din kaming iniimbestiga na possible hacking, possible interception ng government communications at government websites. So, pagkatapos ng unang rebuttal na ganun, lumalabas unti-unti ang ebidensya hanggang ngayon. First, dun sa defected agent na si alias Eric, who penetrated Cambodia's scam compounds. Tapos yung Washington Post report about criminal networks in Myanmar enjoying protection from the Chinese government. And now itong Shi Zhejiang, allegedly both billionaire boss at saka MSS agent na iniimbestigan nyo pa. So, sang-ayon ba kayo, Deputy, sa akin na itong walang spy sa POGO kasi galit ang China sa POGO theory, dapat abandonahin na ito?
Madam Chair, for us to fully understand to what ends the CCP and the Chinese government will go, or to what lengths they will go, we first have to understand that their ideology is rooted in Marxist-Leninist doctrine. Ang ibig po sabihin nun, they don't have any qualms about what we would call tactical alliances. And these tactical alliances may involve, for example, what we call whitelist parties. Ano po itong mga whitelist parties? Ito po yung mga partido, political parties that don't have very strong ideological leanings. So, pwede po silang makipag-alyansa sa mga ganong klaseng partido. But more importantly, Madam Chair, there has now been there's been established evidence that even po yung mga Chinese triad groups have been used by several levels of subterfuge, either to the MSS or through other means. Sila po ay ginagamit din. If the only way to gain a foothold, we have seen this in other countries and probably even in our own country, if one of the ways to establish foothold is to establish, for example, a gambling den or other means of illicit activity, then they will resort to that, Madam Chair. Again, because it is deeply rooted in their doctrine. Wala po silang pinipili na pamamaraan as long as it will ultimately serve the party's ends.
Well, for the record lang, may mga nag-feedback din na ano ko rin sa kalooban ko. Actually, hindi na po Marxist-Leninist ang China eh. Maoist na lang siya. Opo. And may mga Marxista, may mga Marxist-Leninist dito sa Pilipinas na kumikilos sa legal at kontra din sa ganitong o at anumang klasing pang-aabuso ng China, bansang China o gobyernong China dito po sa atin. Just for the record, Deputy. And lastly po for Nika, for today, yung isa pang remarkable thing that emerged dun sa statement ni Wang Fugoy, yung video statement niya dun sa video interview, ay yung alegasyon na sabi niya, the Chinese government uses the weaknesses of the individuals they want to tap to control them. At ang si Guo Huaping daw, ang weakness daw niya ay yung defective nationality niya. Ang dami pong lumabas dito sa Senate hearings, sa hearings ng House, ng Quadcom na House shall birth certificate. So then it seems to me that this network of field agents could be very vast. Baka hindi iisa lang. So may mga comments po ba ang Nika dito?
Madam Chair, I earlier mentioned the National Intelligence Committee, which meets regularly. Mataas po yan sa agenda ng NIC. And the NIC is also replicated at the regional level. When we say replicated po, lahat po ng government agencies as represented in the National Intelligence Committee chaired by the DG of NICA are also represented in the regional po. Ito po, kinakascade na po natin pababa kasi po, napansin ho natin, whether we're talking about legitimate or cover businesses, higher education institutions, sister city agreements, cultural exchanges like the Confucius Institutes, even in our critical infra, the influx of illegal drugs, the acquisition of real estate, lahat po ito pinapasukan na po ng particular na bansa na pinag-uusapan natin. Kaya po, ang pagtingin na po natin dito, not just at the national level, tinitingnan na rin po natin at the local government level po, Madam Chair.
Salamat. Maraming salamat, Deputy Director General Asedilio. Dalawang tanong lang para kay Mr. Tony Yang. So could I ask Ms. Carolyn, tama po ba, to come to the mic para? Although, sir, di pa rin ako naniniwala na hindi kayo marunong mag-Tagalog o Bisaya ng maayos. Tingin ko naiintindihan niyo yung mga sinasabi namin lahat. But anyway, sige, Ms. Carolyn. Salamat. So, unang tanong ko po, Mr. Yang, kilala niyo ba si Shi Zhejiang? I want to show you this paper from the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Ang sabi po dito sa OCCRP paper, another brother, meaning a young brother, shares the title of Honorary President of the Philippine Chinese Youth Chamber of Commerce with Shi Lungkai, another Belt and Road entrepreneur, handling huge sums of planned investments in Southeast Asia. Ayon sa OCCRP paper na ito, kapatid daw ito ni Michael Yang. So it's either kayo po o si Hong Jiang Yang. At ito daw si Shi Lungkai ay isang alias ni Shi Zhejiang. So yan na muna siguro, Miss Carolyn. Kung kilala ni Mr. Yang itong si Shi Zhejiang.
请问杨先生，您是否认识这位佘子江先生？
不认识。
I don't know him.
You don't know Shi Zhejiang. Do you know Shi Lungkai?
您认识佘陆改吗
不认识。
？Not, I don't know him.
You don't know him. Kayo ba o si Hong Jiang Yang ang Honorary President of the Philippine Chinese Youth Chamber of Commerce?
你还是那个洪江林，就是这个年轻商会的名誉理事长吗？您是这个年轻商会的理事长吗？是。No, it's not. I'm not the honorary president of the Youth Chamber of Commerce.
So it's Hong Jiang Yang who is the Honorary President of the Philippine Chinese Youth Chamber of Commerce.
那你知道这个洪江阳先生他是否这个年轻商会的名誉理事长吗？
我不知道他是不是那个名誉会长，我不知道。
I do not know if he is the honorary president of this Youth Chamber of Commerce.
You do not know. So if you don't know, it's possible that he is the Honorary President joint with Shi Zhejiang or Shi Lungkai. Sabi din po sa report na ito na in 2017, your brothers Hong Ming and Hong Jiang Yang attended a Chinese Communist Party-sponsored conference in Beijing for overseas nationals as Philippine representatives of the All China Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese. Pakilang, Miss Carolyn.
这里也据说，在2017年，你有参与，就是中国共产党他们举办的一个会议，你能证明这是对还是不对呢？对。
Your mic, sir.
我
See, sir, you understand me even in English. Sige po.
没有去参加过这种会议啊。
I never attended any of those kinds of conferences.
Not you, sir. Your brothers, Hong Jiang and Hong Ming Yang, attended according to this report.
您的兄弟洪明和洪建阳，他们是否参加这个会议？
这个我就不知道了。我们兄弟，我跟他们没有什么来往。
Okay. I'm not aware of this with my brothers because I don't have any interaction with them.
You are the eldest brother. Even in Filipino and Chinese Filipino families, let alone pure Chinese families, I am sure the eldest brother or eldest sister knows. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. Mr. Yang, I want to show you this other document. This is from the next document. Okay, this is from the 10th National Congress of Returned Overseas Chinese. This is under the auspices of the Communist Party of China. And there are names here, Yang Hongjiang and Yang Hongming. So are you and your brothers assets of the Chinese Communist Party?
看看这个文件里面，这个名单有你的弟弟的名字，就是杨洪江，还有杨洪明。那您是否能确认他们俩是否这个党员？
这个我就不知道了，他们是不是党员，我真的不知道。
I do not know if they are members of this group.
Well, this was the 10th National Congress of Returned Overseas Chinese. This 10th National Congress was organized by the Communist Party of China, and Yang Hongjiang and Yang Hongming, your two brothers, were delegates to this Congress.
那这里有说明你的两位弟弟杨洪强和杨洪明他们就是当做这个会议的代表，那您怎么说？I'm not aware of this.
You're not aware. All right, I am informing you of this. This is a document of the Congress itself, organized by the Chinese Communist Party itself. And lastly for today, Mr. Yang, kilala nyo ba si Ma Dongli?
最后一个问题，您是否认识这个马东离先生？
不认识。
I don't know him.
You don't know Ma Dongli. So I will leave this for now, but I know that a revelation about the Yangs, the Yang brothers, is forthcoming when government reaches Shi Jijiang. Lastly, Mr. Yang, sorry, Miss Caroline, please tell him first.
只是通知您，那如果我们对这个调查有进展的话，我们也会邀请他们两个。
好。
Okay.
And just a follow-up question, Mr. Yang, member ba kayo sa kahit anong Chinese organization dito or overseas?
请问你在菲律宾或是在国内有没有做一个任何集团的或是任何一个商会的会员呢？
我在卡加延那个中国商会，卡加延延续中国商会，我是里面的会员。
So I am a member of the Chinese Business Chamber of Commerce in Cagayan de Oro City.
All right, yun lamang.
只有这个吗？
Madam Chair.
只有这个，有没有其他的？
其他的没有了，就这个。
It's only this one.
Only this one. Senator De La Rosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Since yung topic ay nadung kang Mr. Yang,
Yes.
pwede ko na rin idiretso sa PBDIC, Madam Chair. May I know from PBDIC if what is the nature of your dealings with the company of Mr. Tony Yang inside your premises?
PBDEC resource person, nasaan po kayo?
PBDIC.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Medrano.
Yes,
Attorney
good
Medrano.
afternoon, Madam Chair. My name is Attorney Benjamin Medrano. I'm the acting Deputy Administrator for Operations in PBDEC. So with me today is Attorney Lizelle Gusay, the acting Chief of the Legal Services Division. Thank you for your time. So the question is, what is the dealing between Tony Yang and PBDEC? So what?
Yeah, because lumabas during the last hearing that yung kanyang steel company is situated inside your premises. So ano bang arrangement ninyo? Locator lang ba sila? Nagrerenta ba sila or what?
Yes, Madam Chair. So PBDEC is essentially a landlord. So it is the Subic of the South, right? So it's located in northern Mindanao. It's a 3,000-hectare estate. And then Phil Sanjia registered as a locator back in 2019 during the term of Administrator Quijano. So they are a registered locator. I'm referring to the company, Philippine Sanjia Steel Development Corporation.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Go ahead. No, I would just like to
Senator Joel.
ask Madam Chair, ano yung kontrata nitong Sanjia sa inyo? Locator siya, and you were talking about some number of hectares in the land, if I'm not mistaken, in Tagoloan. Is that where it is?
Yes, so it's situated in Tagoloan and Villanueva. It's composed of two municipalities in Misamis Oriental. So
Yes, but Sanjia is a locator operating in Tagoloan lang.
Yes.
And how many
Madam Chair.
hectares are they leasing?
If I recall, it's from our records, it's around 62 hectares.
62 hectares. Can you also, Madam Chair, we asked that we be given a copy of their contract. You have a contract for sure, right?
Yes, in fact, Madam Chair, we provided the committee through the Chief Legislative Officer all the copies of the documents relating to Phil Sanjia. Last weekend, the team worked day and night to collate all the documents and provided them last weekend.
Okay, so they started when? You made mention, 20 or?
So the application was made back in 2018.
2018,
and
and that's
then,
a 25-year lease. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I may, just one last, because I've seen this report about PBDEC's own report, and it was noted that PBDEC actually flagged Sanjia for alleged rice and drug smuggling. You know, I was just wondering, because I don't think that when you came up with the contract, ano ba yung parte ng contract na yon? Yung contract ba na yon ay, because I can show you the site development plan, nagulat ho ako, may wharf dito, mayroong pumapasok na mga shipping companies or malalaking barko. So, kung ganoon, hindi ba dapat merong customs at ano ito? Meron po itong nagmamanage, nagre-regulate nito, because it is no longer part of PBDEC's jurisdiction na papasok ang international shipping company doon sa lugar na yon. Is that correct?
So it's like this, Madam Chair, if I may. So PBDEC owns the foreshore and the offshore of Tagol 1 and Villanueva. It has title to the foreshore and offshore. The locators, some of them, they likewise lease the foreshore and offshore. So we have several locators there, like San Miguel, like FDC. They have their own, they lease the foreshore and offshore of PBDEC.
My only question, Your Honor, is that is Sanjia allowed to operate a commercial port? They are not.
They did apply for.
They can apply through PBDEC?
They did lease the foreshore and offshore and applied to register as a commercial port operator back in 2019 or 2020.
And live pa rin po yan, hindi nyo yan tinerminate?
It is currently a live contract.
Live. In Section 19 of the contract, Madam Chair, Section 19, signed by alias Antonio Lim. Are you aware of this? It provides that the lessee agrees to not use or permit the use of the leased premises or any part thereof for any immoral and other purposes prohibited by law. In 2021, in your own report, PBDEC noted that Sanjia allegedly meron pong mga rice and drug smuggling at their port inside PBDEC. Anong ginawa niyo ho dito?
So that report we've submitted to the committee, right? So there was an alleged incident back in 2021, which was the PBDEC side was alerted. And initially, from what I read from the report, initially the administrator back then halted the shipment because of, at that time, they did not yet obtain a permit to operate, right? But eventually, the agency which has jurisdiction over the control of the borders and as well as the collection of the fees and tariffs, they intervene.
That is your opinion, sir. I'm sorry. That is your opinion. Is that your opinion, or that is what your report says?
That is what our report says.
That is not under your jurisdiction. It is under your jurisdiction because
No.
Sanjia is inside the PBDEX area.
No, may I clarify,
Please.
Madam Chair? So FIVIDEC, right, is the owner of the, as the owner of the foreshore and offshore. It is also the, the powers of FIVIDEC is control over the safety of the port. It is another agency which has jurisdiction over the cargoes. So in that sense, we do not have a say in the...
No, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Number one, are you allowed to operate a commercial port? You are allowed under your
yes,
charter?
we are. In fact,
Under your charter, and no national government agency is actually regulating the ins and outs of that commercial port? That's absurd.
no, we were
Can
created...
you just answer my question, sir, so we don't go around the
Yeah.
bushes? Are you allowed?
Yes, Madam Chair.
And you are not being regulated by any government agency, national government agency, customs? We have
The
customs
PPA.
here. PTA?
PPA.
No, we are not.
PPA? Well, you're not. And when you made that report that you flagged Sanjia for alleged rice and drug smuggling, what happened? Isn't it, again, I mentioned you Section 19 of the contract. Isn't it that is already a ground to terminate the contract of Sanjia to FIBIDEC?
Senator Joel, if I may. Yeah, just
Senator De La Rosa.
short interjection. Attorney, who was that administrator during that time that made that report of rice and drug smuggling inside that facility?
Back in 2021, Madam Chair, the administrator was Pompey Lavinia.
Still the administrator today.
No. No more.
What is he now in PVDEC? Kasi inimbitahan po siya ng komite, nag-reply sila.
He's no longer with FIVIDEC.
Ano na po siya sa... Wala na siyang posisyon sa PVDEC?
No more, Madam Chair.
Alright. Pero at least sinagot niya yung imbitasyon ng komite. Hindi lang sila makapunta ngayon.
I am not...
No, I'm just informing
Okay.
So,
everyone present.
again, Madam Chair, because this is in aid of legislation. One, it feels so weird, Madam Chair, that a locator can actually put up a wharf and operate a commercial port, Madam Chair. And under your nose, you were saying that you yourselves came up with a report saying that you flagged down Sanjia for alleged rice and drug smuggling, and yet you cannot do anything to terminate the contract.
Can I answer, Madam Chair?
Please do.
The report stated that the agency which has control over the cargoes, right, cleared it, and at that time the management did contact NICA, and then NICA also confirmed that there was no alert order which was issued on the cargo. So we had no jurisdiction over the
Madam Chair, and that is why, sorry,
Yeah.
I cannot allow, as a Senator of the Republic of the Philippines, I cannot allow PBDEC to operate like that. All of a sudden, hugas kamay na kayo, nakahuli kayong smuggler, nakahuli kayo ng rice smuggling, drug smuggling, tapos wala na, hugas kamay na kayo, wala kayong jurisdiction. And yet, you can actually operate a commercial port. What did you do? There are reports, I have gotten different kinds of reports, and they were saying that a certain person from the, please correct me if I'm wrong, a certain person from the Bureau of Customs, inarbor ito, at kayo naman, binigay nyo na lang. At sasabihin nyo ngayon na wala kayong jurisdiction. How could you say you don't have any jurisdiction?
It's just not the mandate of FIVIDEC, Mr. Chair.
How could you have a mandate, first and foremost, to operate such and give the lessee, the locator, to actually operate a commercial port? And then you're now saying wala na kayong jurisdiction. But please answer my question. Is there someone from Bureau of Customs na nagsabi na kami na ang magte-take over niyan?
I believe it was stated in the report.
In the report, that's why. So it's in the report. Why are you not saying it? Because you did not follow it up. Because you did not do anything else afterwards. Is that correct?
I'm
That
not
is the
sure what
problem.
happened.
Kung inutil na yung feedback natin, wala tayong aasahan talaga. Magpasmagel tayo ng kahit na ano dito. May ask PAOK, sir. PAOK, why was there undue haste to allow Sanjia to become a commercial port after the smuggling of rice was reported?
What we could share to the committee is merely based on a report that we were able to obtain. But this report is from 2021. The report is for the chairman and members of PVDEC, IA Board of Directors. Part of the report indicates, paragraph 8, at 1:11:15 p.m. of February 2021, Attorney Gusay informed the administrator that she has verified with Bureau of Customs Collector John Simon by phone call that the documents of the importation are in order, and that the Bureau of Customs has also verified with the Regional Director of NICA that there is no alert order for the importation, and so on and so forth. And towards the end of the paragraph, a certain attorney Noe L. Espidillo Jr. disclosed that PVDEC will be in trouble if the cargo was not released immediately.
For the record, that was Director Casio of PAOK. And I think the Attorney Kusay mentioned in the report is also present as a resource person today for FIVIDEC.
Madam Chair, may we ask if the one who signed the contract, itong si Antonio Lim o si Tony Yang also, is he aware of this incident? And Ms. Carol, if you can relay, kahit na alam ko na intindihan niya na tayo dito, anong nangyari dito? Is he denying the fact that there was rice smuggling that's happening in his company?
Ms. Carolyn, please.
请问一下，因为我们现在在讲关于这个合约，上面有写上你的签名，有 Antonio Lim 的签名。那请问您是否对这件事，这个大米走私的事件，您是不是知道这件事？
这件事我知道，不是走私啊，正规到了啊。
I know of this incident, but I know that this is not smuggling. This is through a legal process.
Of drugs?
And the rice.
How could it be a process? That's part of your contract? A part of your contract, a steel company, nagpapadala na, bumabagsak dun yung mga bigas, dun sa kanyang port? How can it be legal? Is PBDEC also saying it is legal? Granting without admitting it's not drugs. Is it legal?
Madam Chair.
Attorney Medrano.
May I refer you to Attorney Liza? She's present and she can expound on it further.
Yes,
Please, thank you.
Attorney. Attorney, were you able to take the oath earlier? You were. Please take your seat.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and honorable senators. The question is if it was illegal or if it was legal importation. In the first place, when FIVIDEC entered into a contract of agreement with Philsanja, everything was in order. We relied on the proper government agencies to vet the identities of the persons who were doing the contract signing with us.
Who are these government agencies?
SP Pro Tempore.
They actually, Senator Patempore, they actually gave us a copy of their application, and it was the Securities and Exchange Commission who provided us the articles of incorporation telling that Mr. Antonio Lim was a Filipino.
Oh, wow. COMSEC is SEC here today. Please come forward for any questions.
And if I may,
Senator
Madam Chair,
Joel.
in the contract that Sanjia signed with FIVIDEC, was it part of the contract to actually allow Sanjia to become a commercial port, Your Honor?
Yes, please, Attorney. Kusay,
Yes.
no? Attorney Kusay.
Yes, po. They applied for a permit to operate as a commercial port. However, the board of directors provided the approval subject to conditions.
And what are these conditions?
They have to go through the process of publication, and they have to have a public consultation on the stakeholders on their operations. And the second was that they will not engage on containerized cargo. They can go bulk and break bulk because it's another port operator, our concessionaire, who has, yes, the containerized cargo.
I will no longer belabor the point, Madam Chair. It's clear as crystal, Madam Chair, that the company of Tony Yang has been violating all sorts of, lahat po ng pwede mong i-check na violation, ginawa po nung Sanjia dito sa PBDEC, but unfortunately, hindi po na-terminate itong kontrata nila to the point na mismong sila, fin-lockdown nila yung Sanjia na merong rice smuggling, drug smuggling, and if this will continue to go on, magiging banana republic na po tayo, Madam Chair. I'm just stating facts here, and we have to act on it, and I wanted to make sure that this will be part of our committee report. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you,
It
dear
will,
colleagues.
and thank you, Senator Joel.
Madam Chair,
At this, yes,
In
SP Pro
relation to
Tempore.
the line of questioning of Senator Villanueva, Attorney, how many hectares is Sanjia leasing? Sinabi ko kanina 62? Sabi ni,
62.
yes.
Opo. The exact land area po, nasa report po that we submitted
All right,
to the
how
committee.
much are you leasing it for per square meter?
150 pesos per square meter per year po. Yung
150 pesos.
original po.
Hindi ba disadvantageous sa gobyerno natin yan?
We do have an official gazette publication of our revenues, and that is one of the items that have already been published. We pride
How
ourselves
much is
in
the prevailing rent sa
150 to
FIVIDEC?
200 po, depending po on the location of the property.
Okay, who are the other locators there in FIVIDEC?
We have
Aside from Sanjia.
marami po. We have San Miguel, we have Gardenia, we have Jacoby, we have marami po talaga. We have been successful in as an IPA in inviting locators to locate and invest in FIVIDEC Industrial Authority.
Okay, is it, in the course of the questioning of Senator Villanueva, yung mga rice na ini-smuggle doon sa FIVIDEC, di posible rin na pwedeng mag-smuggle ng drugs doon? Am I
We
correct?
have no reports on that po.
But that is possible.
It's possible. We can
Didn't you
concede it's
exercise
possible.
due diligence?
Madam Chair, sorry, SPPT, there's already a
Senator
report. May
Joel.
report kayo alleged drugs eh. Tapos sabihin mo there's no report.
Oh,
Huwag mo kami sabihin
inamin mo na
gano'n.
pala.
Thank you, Senator
Sina-
Joel.
Nasa report
SP
eh.
Pro Tempore.
Inamin na pala, sabi ni Senator Joel, meron na pala report
it's
na may
possible
drugs.
po.
Why are you denying it?
Pasensya na po.
Huh?
Possible po.
Are you covering up somebody
No
or
po.
someone? Oh. We're just asking if it's possible that they can smuggle drugs
It's possible po.
through FIVIDEC.
It's possible po.
So meron na talaga.
We did not receive that kind of investigation po. Maybe another agency could probably provide the answers to that po.
All right, Madam Chair, can I ask Alice Guo?
Yes, SP Pro Tempore.
Alice, yeah. According to news reports that we read a few days ago, according to your lawyer, tatakbo ko ng mayor ulit?
Your Honor, sa ngayon, hindi po.
Hindi na. What changed your mind? Kasi sabi ng lawyer mo, tatakbo ka ulit mayor.
Your Honor, haharapin ko po muna yung mga accusations po sa akin. Ninisin ko po muna yung sarili ko po. At para maging fair din po para sa mga constituents ko po na
Alright.
minamahal ko po.
Very good. Okay, if I may proceed.
SB
General
Pro
Corda.
Tempore.
Sige. All right.
Yes, thank you, SP Pro Tempore. I understand that former Chief PNP Acorda wishes to give an opening statement, and we will allow him to do so. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Madam. First of all, I want to thank this committee under the leadership of Senator Rizal Ontiveros for inviting me and giving me the chance to clarify things that may have left questions and doubts on me. Before I answer your questions, Your Honors, I would like to emphasize what had really happened before the Bamban POGO raid last March 13, 2024. Few months before the supposed raid, persistent reports have come to my attention that illegal activities are transpiring in a POGO hub in Bamban, Tarlac. As the Chief PNP and trained intelligence officer, we conducted case build-up and validated these reports until we were able to come up with a better picture of what is really going on inside the Bamban POGO hub. Your Honors, barely 17 days before my supposed retirement, on March 31, 2024, after having been extended by the President, pinilit ko po na trabahuin sa tulong ng mga taong nagbigay ng mahalagang impormasyon through prompt interagency coordination with task agencies and other intelligence units, lalong-lalo na po ang ating kasama si Yusek Gilbert Cruz po sa PAOK, we were able to carry out said law enforcement operations successfully. Indeed, that operation played a crucial role in exposing the truth about the POGOs operating in the country, wherein it involves various illicit activities, including the proliferation of illegal drugs, human rights violations, human trafficking, and other criminal acts. Personally, I am happy with what I see in the Senate and even in the Quad Committee hearing in the Congress. The public is becoming increasingly aware of the significant role that illegal POGO operations play in various criminal activities across the country. At this point, Your Honor, may I clarify the photos of me with some persons of interest that have surfaced during the previous Senate hearing. As with regards to the photo with Mr. Tony Yang, una ko pong nakita at nakilala si Mr. Tony Yang last December 2020, nung ako po ay naging Deputy Regional Director for Administration ng Police Regional Office 10 in Cagayan de Oro City. I met him acting in my capacity as the DRDA in some official and social occasions, him being a member of a local Filipino-Chinese Business Chamber of Commerce. Sumunod po ay nung ako po ay naitalaga bilang Regional Director ng nasabing rehiyon noong November 2021. Masasabi ko po ng aming pag-uusap ay patungkol sa seguridad at peace and order ng rehiyon and to promote conducive business environment. I met him not on personal basis, but him representing a business group in Cagayan de Oro City. Honestly, Your Honors, during that time, wala pa akong natanggap na impormasyon patungkol sa warrant of arrest niya o wanted siya sa bansa o maging sa China. As Regional Director and Intelligence Officer, all my dealings with him were purely professional. With regards to the photo with Mayor Dong Kalugay and company, as to my association with Mayor Kalugay, if I remember it correctly, Your Honor, I first met him when I was assigned with the Directorate for Intelligence sometime in August 2022. He was inviting me then to be their guest of honor and speaker for their incoming town fiesta in Sual, of which I respectfully declined. Dati po kasi akong Chief of Police ng Bayan ng Sual sometime in 1995 when I was still a young lieutenant. Until my appointment as the 29th Chief of the Philippine National Police last April 24, 2023, Your Honors, for the first few months after having been appointed as the new Chief PNP, several personalities such as businessmen, local politicians whom I have formerly met, former colleagues and friends have visited me to extend their felicitations. In this case, I presume that he called my office and sought for a courtesy call visit which he had secured. As to his entourage during the visit, I have no personal knowledge whom he was tagging along with. Based on my recollection, the photo that was shown was taken last May 6, 2023, barely 2 weeks after my appointment. And as I recall, marami po akong bisita during that time, hindi lang po ang grupo ni Mayor Kalugay. I hope this explanation clarifies any misunderstanding and dispels any doubts regarding my character. And Your Honors, once again, thank you very much for this opportunity. If there are other questions that needs to be clarified, I am ready to answer them, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, SP Pro Tempore. But before I call the SP Pro Tempore, una po, former Chief PNP Acorda, before my follow-up question sa inyong statement, at least importante po na ibinalita nyo sa aming komite yung naging papel nyo, leadership and approval of that successful raid in the Bamban Tarlac POGO Hub. Dahil hindi po yon naunang lumabas dito sa aming pagdinig at para sa kaalaman ng ating publiko. Importante po yun at salamat po sa impormasyong iyon. So for follow-up questions, I'll call first the SP Pro Tempore.
Sa sinabi ni Senator Risa, I would like to commend the former Chief PNP for initiating the second raid during his tenure as Chief PNP dito sa Bamban, together with the assistance of the PAOK-TF. Am I correct? All right. General Acorda, how long did you know Mr. Tony Yang? At ano talaga ang pagkatao nito?
Your Honors, as I stated, una ko siya nakilala nung naging DRDA ako, and yung pagkatao niya po, I've heard about his relationship, about his brothers, and sa negosyo po, dun sa Cagayan de Oro, I understand marami po siyang negosyo doon. Kasama na po yung pagpaparating po ng bigas po, Your Honor.
Pagpaparating ng bigas, pag-ismagel?
Well, whether it's smuggled or not, Your Honor, I cannot qualify that. Maybe it's up for the...
All right. How did he seek an appointment to your office?
Usually, Your Honor, when I was in Region 10, we have direct contact because I gave him my calling card, and sometimes through my staff, but it's not that frequent, Your Honor. Kumbaga, nagkakataon lang pag may mga pag-uusapan, especially when there are activities in the camp or yung mga gift-giving operations namin, Your Honor.
So, yung litrato niyo ni Mayor Kalugay, paano ka na-contact ni Mayor Kalugay? Paano siya nakarating sa office mo when you were then the Chief PNP?
The same way, Your Honor, kasi may gate po kami doon. Usually, pag may papasok po sa aking quarters or sa White House, dadaan po sa gate and itatawag sa gate, i-clarify kung may appointment.
Ibig sabihin, wala siyang appointment nung pumunta siya sa inyo? Ikaw ng Chief PNP no, dapat may appointment bago makipagkita sa inyo.
Your Honor,
unless if it is really very important.
Your Honor, I cannot exactly recall kung talagang naka-appoint yun or hindi, but usually when he visits me, ganun po ang proseso. Idadaan sa gwardiya, itatawag kung pwedeng makapag-seek ng appointment. Because as I recall, Your Honor, during the time when I was the Chief PNP, talagang maraming bisita, and nagiging extension na rin po yung official residence ko as part of my office.
So matagal mo nang kilala si Mayor Kalugay?
Since I became the director for intelligence, Your Honor.
Nakikita mo si Mayor Alice doon sa Sual?
I never went to Sual during his term as mayor, Your Honor. And,
ano narinig mo sa kanilang dalawa? Meron ka ba narinig?
Aside from the vlog, Your Honor, wala na po akong personal knowledge, Your Honor.
Wala na talaga. Anyway, Gerald Villanueva, if I may. Gerald Villanueva. All right, you mentioned before, during the previous hearing, that there is a Chief PNP that was involved in the escape of Alice Guo. And of course, si Senator Bato already questioned you about it. At hindi naman si Senator Bato yon. Now, General Acorda is a former chief PNP. Is he the one involved?
Actually, sir, Your Honor, I already clarified this in the past two sessions that I do not even have a name. I don't have a name. So even if I have a name and I don't have any confirmation, I won't divulge it here, sir.
You would not?
Divulge it. If I'm not sure, it's confirmed. Confirmed, sir.
Why
Your
did you
Honor.
give that kind of
That's why
statement?
I said, sir, I dismiss it as rumor only, sir.
Yeah, are you spreading rumors here in this committee? Why did you have to
No, sir.
Say that statement?
That's
that,
why
there
I-
is a,
that's why-
let me finish.
Yes, sir.
Let me finish. That there is a former chief PNP that helped the escape of Alice Guo. Then the next day you retracted it.
Even on the first, the previous hearings, even from the very start, I did not say that the former chief PNP helped Alice Guo escape. It's not in the. I never even said that it's a confirmed or something. Even from the very start, I dismiss it as rumor, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, SP Pro Tempore. Miss Mary Ann Maslog.
Madam Chair, before we go there, may I just
Yes, Senator Joel. Could I just see if Miss Maslog is here? Miss Mary Ann? Jessica Francisco is her name here. Okay, I will get to you in a minute. Senator Joel.
Madam Chair, just to inform the body, I just got a message from the Commission on Election, the minutes of the referendum consultation of the COMELEC about or already been signed by the chairperson and the commissioners, Madam Chair. Let me just read the excerpts of this 12 pages, Madam Chair, na report po sa atin. Nakalagay lang po dito, with that, it is clear from the evidence presented by complainant that there is a sufficient ground to believe that respondent committed material misrepresentation in violation of Section 74 of the OEC in relation with Section 262 of the same code when she declared in her COC that is a Filipino citizen and a resident of Bamban, Tarlac, when in truth and in fact she is not. Wherefore, premises considered, this department respectfully recommends the filing of information against respondent Alice Guo, Guo Huaping, Lin Gu, for violation of Section 74 of the Omnibus Election Code in relation to Section 262 of the same code, respectfully submitted. The Commission resolved, as it hereby resolves, to adopt the recommendation of the Law Department to the filing of information against respondent Alice Guo Huaping before the proper regional trial court for violation of Section 74 in relation to Section 262 of the Omnibus Election Code. Let the Law Department implement this resolution signed by Chairperson and Commissioner of COMELEC. So kahit na gustuhin pa rin ni Ms. Guo Huaping na tumakbo sa susunod na halalan, talagang hindi po siya pwedeng payagan at hindi na po siya pinapayagan tumakbo. Just to put that information, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Joel. So additional reinforcement dun sa sagot ni Guo Huaping kanina kay SP Pro Tempore na hindi na niya balak mag-file ng Certificate of Candidacy. The Chair apologizes to Senator Grace kung hindi ko kayo na-acknowledge as soon as you had arrived. SP Pro Tempore, I believe the Senator Grace would like to
Just as an
interject.
additional information also for the information of the public in general. In fact, we have been told that the function of COMELEC is really ministerial to accept the submission of the candidate's application to run. However, COMELEC also has the authority to disqualify. Because in fact, I went through that. I went through that, the COMELEC en banc that actually decided on their own In fact, yung sa akin nga, overwhelmingly Filipino citizen dahil mula ng pagkabata, meron ng mga dokumento na mga litrato ko. Ito nga, kinakapatid
Sigurado
ko,
ka?
ganyan. Sigurado ako yung mga nasa litrato na yun eh. So, in short, even at that time with a lot of opposition, it was very difficult to just file and be accepted as a candidate. So, right now, I'm glad that Senator Joel has brought this up. There is really material evidence to disqualify. Of course, they can go to other courts, but ang importante kasi hindi na makaabot sa printing eh. Kasi pag umabot pa doon, malilito pa ang ating mga kababayan, ano ba to, na pasok ba to or hindi. Pero malaking kahihiyan din kasi sa atin na pagkatapos ilabas ang lahat ng ito at talagang meron namang talagang masasabing malaking duda, mapapayagan pa. So yun lang, meron talagang otoridad ang COMELEC na i-disqualify.
Pero hindi
Thank
pa,
you.
I don't think, wala pa naman,
SP Pro
it's
Tempore
not yet, thank you, Madam Chair, it's not yet final and executory. Pwede pa mag-appeal yan, with all due respect.
Unang-una, pwede pang mag-appeal sa mga korte. Pero ang alam naman natin, when time is of the essence, the Supreme Court usually decides. But what I'm saying is, hopefully before the printing of the ballots, another thing that we need to look at is the angle of who is going to file
Complaint.
with the COMELEC en banc.
Yes.
Is it the OSG? Is it the DOJ? Is it a third party? So it's something that needs to be done within COMELEC. I don't know if they have the authority to unilaterally decide without an actual case being filed.
In fact, and thank you for that, Senator Grace. In fact, nakapagsalita rin, please correct me if I'm wrong kung may taga-OSG dito, nakapagsalita rin yata today or yesterday sa media ang Office of the Solicitor General na pwedeng gawin yon ng COMELEC liban kung pipigilan sila ng isang korte. Pero salamat, Senator Grace, for speaking on that based on experience, based din ng pag-champion no, ng mga karapatan ng ating vulnerable sectors, halimbawa mga foundlings na isinabatas pa natin at bilang isang tulad ng buong Senado, nagsusulong ng credible elections.
Madam Chair, first I'd like to thank you kasi actually ikaw yung tumulong dito sa late registration of birth, yung parang mga adoption actually and the rights of foundlings. Ang nakakalungkot dito, yung mga merong karapatan talaga na legal na mga Pilipino, dumadaan sa napakahabang proseso para makapagrehistro. Samantalang may isang probinsya na ilan ang nakapagrehistro na overage na, well, okay lang naman kasi late registration, pero halatang hindi talaga Pilipino, pero sa isang iglap, nakakapagrehistrong ganon. So marami talagang gumagamit ng batas sa maling paraan. So kailangan din natin mabantayan.
Madam
At
Chair,
isasama po natin sa committee report.
Yeah.
Salamat, Senator Grace.
Madam Chair, just
Senator
to, just
Joel,
one,
before I
one
go back
very
to SP
quick
Pro Tempore.
information that I'd like to contribute, Madam Chair, is that we should not forget that the Office of the Ombudsman dismissed former Mayor Alice Guo. May perpetual disqualification po eh. So that's very ano ho yun, no? Yeah, it's still appealable, but unless the court issues a temporary restraining order, that's the only time that the COMELEC can be restrained from doing anything. Number two, and which is why I made mention about the NBank's report, is that proven na hindi po siya Pilipino. So this is again for someone to run in public office is a mockery of our law. So yun po yung napakatibay na ebidensya at kailangang maintindihan ng bawat isa na nakikinig po sa atin. Salamat, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Senator Joel. And at higit sa lahat ay sana mangibabaw yung desisyon, tingin ko po mabuting desisyon na sinabi kanina ni Ms. Guo Huaping na hindi na magpa-file ng Certificate of Candidacy. Before I question Ms. Maslog, Ms. Francisco, SP Pro Tempore would like to pose some final questions to
Thank you,
former
Madam
Chief
Chair,
PNP
for
Acorda.
this opportunity again. General Acorda, I got hold of a picture. No, you were together with the then Mayor Alice Guo. In this picture, you were side by side together with. May I know what What event was this?
General Corda.
Yes, sure, Madam Chair. That is the only opportunity that I was able to meet personally.
First time?
Yes, Your Honor. And in that activity, it was the police service anniversary of Region 3, wherein I was the guest of honor of Region 3. And Mayor Alice Guo was one of the awardee. But may I emphasize, Your Honor, that the deliberation for the selection of the awardees is not at the national headquarters level, but at the level
You
of...
were not part or instrumental in deliberating the award given to then Mayor Alice Guo. Am I
Yes, Your
correct?
Honor. And because of that also, in our planning with USEC Gilbert Cruz, we decided that we will not use Region 3, but instead we use Region 1 and Cordillera during the operation, Your Honor.
All right. All right. One last question, General Corda. When you raided the Bamban POGO hub, bakit hindi mo ginamit yung CIDG Region 3? Why did you utilize yung CIDG NCR? Why not Region 3? Kasi Region 3 covers Pampanga. Am I correct?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. It's just a precaution on my part, not because I don't trust yung Region 3, but because of the massive requirement of police officers to be deployed. Nag-precaution lang po kami na konti ang magiging commotion during the
So
operation, Your
was
Honor.
the raid successful? What have you retrieved during the raid?
We extracted some data and also may mga na-rescue po tayo, Your Honor. And I think, to my appreciation, we can consider it as a successful
Very
operation.
successful.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that
Your Honor.
is additional feather in your cap.
May I be allowed, sir, to correct something because I think I mentioned earlier that we were assisted by PAOK. It will be an understatement, Your Honor. In fact, Yusek Gilbert Cruz talagang siyang sumikap din. Talagang grabe yung coordination namin,
So
Your
meron
Honor.
kayong talaga coordination si Yusek Gilbert.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alam mo, matagal ko nakilala si Yusek Gilbert. Naging chief of police ko pa sa San Juan yan. No, mayor ko. Matinong tao yan. Yun lang, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, SP Pro Tempore. So ngayon gusto kong tanungin dito Jessica Francisco, pero kilala din natin bilang Mary Ann Maslog. Opo. So, i-address ko kayo bilang Miss Maslog, kahit gusto nyong i-refer sarili nyo bilang Miss Francisco. So, Miss Maslog,
Madam Chair, before you continue,
Senator De La Rosa.
Can we make a formal declaration from the resource person kung sino ba talaga siya? Ano ba talaga identity niya? Before we start questioning her.
Yes, Senator De La
is she
Rosa.
Jessica Francisco
Opo.
or what's the other name?
Mary Ann Maslog.
Mary Ann Maslog.
Opo. Ang hirap, no? Hindi lang isang tao yung dinidetermine natin yung identity.
Mahirap.
Dalawa pala. Okay.
Can we...
So, ma'am, ano po ba ang pangalan nyo? Sino ba kayo?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, good senators. I'm Jessica Francisco.
Okay. Yan
And
po yung sagot niya.
I'm Jessica Francisco, sir.
Okay. Yun yung sagot po niya, Senator De La Rosa.
Where did we get that name, Maslog?
Mayroon pong mga artikulo, including investigative articles na lumalabas na sa media based on linking to previous cases na kinilala itong tao di umano bilang sa isang dating or totoo niyang pangalan bilang Mary Ann Maslog.
And she was
Sir,
arrested, Madam Chair?
yes,
With the
Senator.
indulgence of Senator Bato. And she was
Yes, okay.
arrested or she was detained? I don't even know
Senator
her
Joel.
status right now
Yes.
because she is Mary Ann Maslog.
Yes, Mr.
Is that correct?
Yes, Senator Joel. And for the record, dun sa tanong din ni Senator De La Rosa, Mary Ann Maslog, yung di umanong namatay na textbook scammer, pero Jessica Francisco, yung bagong pangalan nila. So, Yun po, Senators De La Rosa and Joe.
Mahirap mag-start mag-imbestiga ng tao, Madam Chair, na hindi natin ma-establish talaga yung real identity niya to start to begin with. So, ikaw ba talaga yung Marian Maslog na accordingly involved sa textbook scam at may istorya na namatay?
Your Honor, I invoke my right to keep silent because we have a case right now.
No. You
Sounds
cannot
familiar,
invoke that
Senator De La
right.
Rosa.
You cannot invoke that right because kung sabihin mo yung merong Supreme Court ruling dyan, walang sub-judice rule cannot apply in legislative inquiry in aid of legislation. You cannot invoke that right. Kaya nga, klaruhin natin ito. Kasi para tayong gago dito, nagtatanong kami sa iyo, as Jessica Francisco, tapos ikaw pala, Mary Ann Maslog din. Then, klaruhin natin ito. Dahil, para mong niluloko yung committee nito kung hindi ka magsabi sa totoo mong pangalan.
Senator De La Rosa, baka pwede nating tanungin ng NBI.
NBI.
Si Attorney Magno, i-establish yung identity ng resource person. Attorney Magno, please.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, honorable senators. On September 25, our Fraud and Financial Crime Division conducted an operation for against certain Dr. Jessica Francisco and allegedly one who is Mary Ann Maslog. In this particular case, they were able to confirm through forensic that this Jessica Francisco and Mary Ann Maslog is one and the same person.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
what
please,
particular forensic
Senator De La Rosa.
evidence can you provide this committee stating that he is one and the same person?
It is a fingerprint analysis, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.
So if that is so, you confirm na siya talaga si Mary Ann Maslog?
As far as the dactyloscopy report is was made by our expert, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I am inclined to believe that this committee should treat this information coming from the NBI as official.
Yes, Senator
So,
De La Rosa.
for me, you are not Jessica Francisco. You are, as far as this committee is concerned, you are Mary Ann Maslog.
Yes,
Am I
Senator
clear?
De La Rosa.
Am I correct, Mary Ann? Please remove your... am I correct to assume that you are Mary Ann?
Sir, right now we have an identity hearing on the 28th and on 29th of October in Sandigan Bayan. That's why I invoke my right to keep silent, sir.
I don't think your invocation of that privilege is applicable to this committee. I am telling you, if you keep on invoking that, I will presume that you are uncooperative to this inquiry. Madam Chair.
Yes, salamat kayo, Senator De La Rosa. The chair agrees that, and please, Comsec, could we change the nameplate to that of Mary Ann Maslog? Opo, in the same way na pinanghawakan talaga at pinanindigan natin yung dactyloscopy analysis ng NBI sa kaso ni Guo Huaping, why should we not do the same for Mary Ann Maslog? Remembering also yung sinabi ng dactyloscopy expert nila na bawat isang fingerprint natin sa bawat daliri ay unique at hindi nagkakapareho sa sino mang ibang tao. So,
Madam Chair.
I concur. Yes, Senator, SP Pro Tempore, I mean.
Mrs. Maslog, were you involved in a textbook scam before? Because your name rings a bell. Your surname rings a bell to me.
Your Honor, that case is still in Sandigan Bayan, Your Honor. So I invoke my right to keep silent.
Were you arrested? Was she arrested? Is she detained right now?
Is she detained right now, Attorney Magno?
Madam Chair, yes.
Where is
She is detained at the NBI.
NBI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you get the name of Jessica Francisco? Answer.
Ms. Maslog.
Sir, like what I said, sir, there is still a case and to be heard on the 28th and on 29th of October, sir.
What case did you file against Marian Maslog?
Initially, several cases of falsification of public documents were filed against her. But upon this incident, the Sandigan Bayan also issued a warrant of arrest with no bail recommendation.
Oh, bakit no bail? Ano yung plunder ba yan?
It appears that it is in connection with the textbook scam.
Textbook scam noong 1998 ba? 1999? I think that was during the presidency of my father. Huh? Tama ba? 1999 eh. Okay. Marian
Yes,
Maslog,
1990s.
kilala mo ba si Alice Guo?
Yan.
Sir, I know of Alice Guo.
You
Could I
know-
add to the question of SP Pro Tempore? Ever mo ba na-meet si Guo Huaping?
Yes, ma'am.
You have.
I have.
Ano yung mga circumstansya ng pag-meet nyo sa kanya? So you know her, not just know of her. Kasi paano kayo nag-meet?
Well, I met Miss Alice. The first time I met Miss Alice was in Indonesia through a video.
Through a video.
Yes, ma'am.
Bakit mo siya na-meet through a video sa Indonesia? And why were you there?
Can I go back to how I went to Indonesia po?
Okay, kung context yun ng how you met Guo Huaping.
Prior to a few months or weeks prior to going to Indonesia, I was tapped to possibly talk to Alice.
Tapped by?
PNP, if it's possible to, because
Are
she
you a
was
member of the
supposed-
Who is PNP, Madam Chair? PNP in particular.
Senator De La Rosa.
PNP in particular. Sino?
The intelligence group, sir.
Sino? Name?
Sir, it's the IG group, sir.
IG Group.
Yes, sir.
Huh? But I have an information.
So,
Member ba kayo
give
ng
us the name.
member
Give us
ba
the
kayo
name.
ng PNP-IG?
no, ma'am.
But
So, anong
we've been
pangalan?
waiting. Who is it?
General Macapas po.
Macapas?
General Macapas. So
So,
why?
paano nyo na-meet si si Guo Huaping through General Macapas in
No,
Indonesia?
I did not meet Alice through General Macapas.
So,
I was informed.
how did you meet her?
I was tapped po kasi they know that I am a friend of Mayor Kalugay.
Okay, friend kayo ni Mayor Kalugay.
Yes.
How
And
are you a friend of Mayor Kalugay?
I've met Mayor Kalugay 2022 through
How?
Dante Katabay.
Dante Katabay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how did
Madam
you...
Chair, Madam Chair,
Yes,
for a while.
Senator De La Rosa.
Can you confirm that? Mayor
Yes.
Kalugay? Mayor Kalugay? Can you confirm that? Kilala kayo?
Opo, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa. Salamat kayo. So, okay, so you met Mayor Kalugay through Dante Katabay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, baka gusto pa namin i-pursue yan. But continue muna, paano mo na-meet si Guo Huaping? At anong papel ni General Macapas?
No, they were just requesting if it is possible po kaya na, kasi there was a talk na mag-surrender po si Miss Alice.
Who's
So,
talk?
I'm sorry. So, ang nangyari
Who's
po,
talk that she would
then na
surrender?
meron pong mga sa newspaper na magsusurrender po si Miss Alice. So meron na po kasing lumabas that time na warrant from your office.
From the Senate.
From the Senate po. So, I talked to Mayor Kalugay if there is a way for him to contact Miss Alice.
Bakit mo naisip na through Mayor Kalugay makokontakt mo si Guo Huaping? Anong pagkaalam mo sa ugnayan nila?
Sa pool.
Are they business partners, for example?
I don't think so.
Your Honor, I was told po that they had a relationship.
Told by?
Kasi po,
What kind of a relationship?
ang pagkakaalam ko po, sir, but I've never seen them together. But I will tell you, ang pagkakaalam ko po, that naging mag-on po sila. That's
Okay,
it.
so that's why you asked Mayor Kalugay paano kontakin si Guo Huaping.
Yes,
O,
sir.
kinikilig to si Alice Guo, kita mo.
Natatawa pa po,
Guo
Your
Huaping.
Honor.
She's squirming on
Okay.
her.
Okay, sandali lang. You're not yet recognized to speak at this moment. So, Ms. Maslog, after nagtanong kayo kay Mayor Kalugay, paano nyo kinontak si Guo Huaping?
Actually po, in fairness to Mayor Kalugay, he said po, he does not want to involve himself.
Okay,
And
so
he
paano
has
nyo finally
no way-
na-contact si
He
Guo
said po,
Huaping?
he has no way of contacting Alice.
So, paano nyo siya na-contact?
So what happened po was so we backtrack and
Madam Chair.
Senator De La Rosa.
Gusto ko lang maklaro, Madam Chair. Paano ka nakapasok sa eksena? Were you the one who volunteered to General Macapas or Macapas approached you? Which is which?
aware po kasi sila na magkaibigan po kami ni Mayor Kalugay. That is the only reason po.
So, you mean to say, si General Macapas ang kumontak sa'yo, natulungan mo kami na mapasurrender si Alice Guo?
Yes, sir.
Siya ang...
We are actually, sir, I don't know how to explain it. Kasi meron na nga pong warrant during the time po, sir.
Hindi. Tanong ko is, yung paano nag-start ito? Ikaw bang pumunta kay Macapas, nag-volunteer ka, or Macapas pumunta sa'yo para humingi ng tulong sa'yo?
I wouldn't say they were asking for help. They were just saying po na if it is possible to contact the good mayor. If he knows
Klaro natin,
po.
ikaw ang nilapitan ni Macapas.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why in the world? Bakit ikaw pinunta ni Macapas?
No, sir, it is like what I said po, sir. They are aware of my friendship with the mayor.
So, meaning to say, matagal ka nang kilala ni Macapas.
Yes, sir.
Matagal ka nang kilala ni Macapas, ha?
Yes, sir.
So, nilapitan ka niya para tumulong.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Salamat
if I may,
kayo,
I just-
Senator
I
De
just-
La Rosa.
Sorry,
Senator
sorry,
Joel.
Madam Chair, because I'm not buying a lot of lies here. We have heard too much lies, Madam Chair. You were saying you were tapped by General Macapas. Why were you tapped by General Macapas? Do you have any extraordinary powers, skills? Bakit ikaw?
Like what I said, Your Honor, thank you for that question. It is because only they are very aware of my friendship with the mayor.
This is not Miss Universe, Miss Mary Ann Maslog. This is not Miss Universe. They can go straight to Mayor Kalugay. If they feel that he is a trustworthy public official, they can go straight to him. So, following your story, if General Macapas stopped you, you must have something no one actually has or possess that kind of skill. Because you were able to pull that thing that you were supposed to be dead for so long and now you're alive. So tell us, why were you tapped by General Macapas? And for what?
That's the only thing, Your Honor, like what I said, of my relationship with the mayor.
Senator De La Rosa.
Hindi kaya ang unique na sitwasyon mo because meron kang kaso na textbook scam, kaya ka ginamit at ikaw, no choice ka dahil parang hostage ka ng gobyerno dahil may kaso ka ng textbook scam. Kung hindi ka magpapagamit, tapos ka. O see that? Hindi nag-materialize ngayon. Ano? Huli ka. Huli ka, di ba? Huli ka ngayon.
In fairness to General Macapas po, he knows me as Jessica Francisco.
Okay. Did you visit Alice Guo doon sa detention niya sa dito muna.
Senator De La Rosa, if I may, backtrack ng konti.
Backtrack, oh.
Apo. Paano kayo nag-usap ni Guo Huaping sa Indonesia? Video call ba yun? O sino nag-arrange nun? Paano kayo nag-usap?
Your Honor, I went to Indonesia 2 times. The first time po kasi was, there was a talk that Alice is ready to surrender.
Okay.
So ano
Kaya po-
pakialam mo dun? Punta kayo Indonesia para kausapin si Alice Guo. Hindi talaga, ano pa talaga pakialam mo dun?
Oo nga eh. Kanina, tinanong ko rin, PNPIG member ba kayo?
CIA ka ba?
Hindi rin.
Remember ha, kahit na nakakulong
Senator De La
ka,
Rosa.
you are under oath.
Yes.
You do not make up stories here.
I'm not
Madali kang
making up
mahuli dito.
stories, sir.
Kaya nga, bakit nag-iisip ka nga? Oh, ang tagal mo mag-isip. Simple question coming from Senator Joel Villanueva o ni si Senator Jingo Estrada. Anong papel mo doon? Bakit ka pumunta ng Indonesia para kausapin si Guo Huaping? Anong papel mo? Sige.
Madam Chair, this
You
has,
convince us.
Senator Sherwin.
this has no connection to your case.
Yeah.
Kaya pag hindi ka sasagot, you can be cited in contempt.
At saka, who told you that Guo Huaping was in Indonesia? Nung panahong
Oo nga.
yun, sinasabi pa ng PNP na
Nandito.
at ng law enforcement in general na hindi pa nila alam noon na umalis si Guo Huaping. So, paano mo alam na nandun pala siya sa Indonesia?
Actually, Your Honor, that happened after your announcement po.
So, you heard about it, General Makapas heard about it, or PNPIG heard about it, and you're the person they sent to meet her in Indonesia?
No,
So what happened? Paano mo nakausap si Guo Huaping sa Indonesia? Was it face-to-face? Was it a video call? How did you do it?
there was a pre-talk po here because
By video?
No,
No.
dito pa po sa Pilipinas, Your Honor, before
Face
we
to
went
face?
to Indonesia. No, Your
No.
Honor. It was through a telephone call.
Okay.
It was through a telephone call that she signified na surrender po siya.
Okay.
Then, during the time po, when she signified na magsusurrender po siya, sabi niya, susulat daw muna siya. She will write everything daw po muna.
Right what?
Kung ano ang the real story, bago po siya mag-surrender.
Okay.
Para po, if something happens to her, then may makakaalam.
What something would happen to her?
I don't know, Your Honor, but that was the words during that time po.
May makakaalam.
Yes po.
And
So,
then?
we did not know that she was in Indonesia. She was,
Who we? PNPIG and General Macapas and you?
I actually keep in touch with
With whom?
with the lawyer, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney David. Okay.
Yes,
And then?
Your Honor. And we really tried our best na sana mag-surrender siya. Kasi gusto naman po talaga daw niyang mag-surrender.
Madam Chair, if I
Okay.
may
Yes, SP Pro Tempore.
Who are you to mediate? Who gave you the authority to go to Indonesia and talk to Alice Guo?
Actually, we were not, the first time po, Your Honor, we were not able to talk to Alice Guo.
Yes,
The first,
You told me that, you told us, the committee, that you went to Indonesia.
Yes,
Correct?
Your Honor.
Just to
Yes.
talk to Alice Guo? And
for
let
her to surrender po. Yes,
Yeah,
Your Honor.
Yes. Who are you nga to do so? Who are you to mediate? Did Secretary Abalos or the Chief PNP give you the go signal to talk to her? I don't think
No,
so.
no, sir.
Oh, so who gave you the go signal to talk to her? You being a private citizen. You're not even connected in any government agency here. Correct?
Yes, Your
So who
Honor.
gave you the go signal to talk to her, to go to Indonesia, just to talk to her for her surrender?
Well,
Huh?
I was just helping, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
You were what? You were just helping.
You are just
Helping who?
My
It's a
goodness.
very
Helping who,
sensitive
Madam Chair?
case.
Helping
Senator
who?
De La
This is too much lie, Madam Chair.
Helping who?
Too much lie.
I am not lying, Your Honor.
O si you,
Promise.
helping who?
Helping.
Sino? Sino tinutulungan mo?
You know why you're lying? You keep on telling us baloney information. You said you were top because you're friends with Mayor Kalugay. Now you don't need Mayor Kalugay to talk to her because apparently you've been talking to her before you went to Indonesia.
Speaking
Only
of
on the
Indonesia, just a minute, could we ask the BI to confirm si Miss Maslog ba, or using the name of Francisco, pumunta ba siyang Indonesia at that time?
We will verify your.
Please po, and if possible, Commissioner, during this hearing, Senator Sherwin?
Madam Chair, just to remind the body, itong taong to, 26 years ago, nagnakaw ng 24 million, nagpanggap ng namatay para hindi siya makulong, tumakas sa Amerika, at ngayon bumalik dito, at bigla nilang himala, gustong tumulong. Dapat maalala natin na kung buhay pa ito, nakakulong na ho ngayon, 26 years ago.
Ba't ka nagpanggap na patay ka na?
Pro tempore.
Ha? Ba't ka nagpanggap na patay ka na? Para matakasan mo yung kaso, ganun ba? Yun na sigurong solusyon. Nagpanggap na patay ka na. Sagot. Come on. You answer.
Miss Maslog?
That case still pending, sir, in Sandigan Bayan, sir.
While you are considering or reconsidering your answers to us, so Attorney David, based din sa sinabi ni Miss Maslog, alam nyo at that time na Guo Huaping was out of the country already kasi nag-uusap kayo or nagsusubok kayo ni Miss Maslog, kumbinsihin siyang surrender. Please come to the mic, Attorney.
No, Your Madam Chair, hindi po. Nalaman ko lang ho nung nahuli yung dalawa.
Nung nahuli sina Cassandra Leong at Sheila Guo.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So before that was when Miss Maslog was supposedly together with you convincing Guo Huaping to surrender.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Madam Chair. Because she was coordinating with me and I was also coordinating with her for the surrender. Kasi si Alice wanted to surrender even during those days pa. Pero takot nga because of the threat. So, fortunately, they came to me. So, yun, there was a negotiation for the surrender. Until I learned that, yun na nga, sabi niya ni Madam Jessica, na nasa, ibang bansa, hindi ko maalala kung saan, but na-intercept na yung dalawa. So, I called her. Is it true na-intercept? Yun, kaya sabi ko, kung talagang nalaman ko for the first time, nasa abroad sila.
Madam Chair, if I may
Senator Joel.
just on that, Attorney,
Attorney,
sorry.
please.
Why were you trusting her?
Ni Jessica, nasa, ibang bansa, hindi ko maalala kung saan, but na-intercept na yung dalawa. So I called her. Is it true na-intercept? Yun, kaya sabi ko, kung talagang nalaman ko for the first time, nasa abroad sila.
Madam Chair, if I may
Senator Joel.
just on that, Attorney,
Attorney,
sorry.
please.
Why were you trusting her? Why were you talking to her?
Well, as mentioned by her, she was with top brass of the PNP. How can I not trust her?
Top brass? Sabi niya
Did you know her
PNP
before?
IG.
Did you know her before?
No,
Yes, Mr.
no, Your Honor. I met her during the. They came to me.
Nung nagka-problema na.
They came to me and they wanted to negotiate with the surrender of Alice, Mayor Alice.
So you, according to the question of Senator Villanueva, did you trust her?
I
Naniniwala ka kagad?
I trusted her because she was with top PNP brass.
Yung sinasabi niya si General Makaspak?
Yes.
Makapas?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
So she's with him, with General Makapas, when he
Yes, yes,
they
sir.
talk to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow.
So, Miss Jessica, can you complete the story? Paano mo nakausap si Guo Huaping dun na sa Indonesia?
Actually, it's on the second, ano na po, yung nahuli na po si Miss Alice. And,
So, paano nangyari?
I really would like to request for an executive session.
Madam,
No.
executive sessions are for matters of national security. You're in this deep already sa pag-narrate nyo sa amin. You might as well not, huwag nyong paiksian yung PC ng mga miyembro ko sa komiteng ito, buuin nyo na yung kwento nyo. Dahil kayo naman po nagsimulang magsabi that on the second trip, you were able to talk to Guo Huaping.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kompletuhin nyo na kasi pag,
Okay, Your Honor.
pag napitin, mas nakakagalit.
Okay, Your Honor. On the first time po na nandoon kami, no, we were not able to see Miss Alice Guo. So hindi po siya nag-surrender. There was no communication. of
Anong
Alice
petsa yon?
I cannot remember. po,
Was
Your-
that August also? Was that July?
That was few days, I think few days prior to, ano po, yung, I cannot remember, Your Honor. I can
Few
check
days
on-
prior to what?
No, after pala po sa the first time, if I remember right, was nung nahuli pala yung magkapatid po.
Sina Sheila Guo at
Yes.
Cassandra Leong.
Yes po.
And
That was
then-
the first, no. The second was a week after po.
A week after.
Nung nahuli na po si Alice.
But before siya nahuli or after siya nahuli?
That was that day na nahuli po siya.
Okay, so paano nangyari?
I got a call po. I got a text from Indonesia po na
Who
mahuli
texted you from Indonesia?
yung ano po, yung sa tawag nito, yung
Ano?
in charge po, yung nakahuli po kay ano.
What?
kay-
Sino?
An Indonesian law enforcement officer texted you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Really? Are you kidding?
Sa bayang bigkasan
Alam
na
mo,
tayo,
alam mo-
SP Pro Tempore.
Alam mo, Marian, mas sinungaling ka pa rito kay Alice Guo eh.
Sir, I can show you the text messages
Okay, show
po.
it to us.
Show us the
I
text.
don't have the phone, sir.
So how did you have direct communications with not just Filipino, with an Indonesian law
Because-
enforcement
Because
officer?
we were there the first time nga po eh.
And how did you establish that contact with the Indonesian law enforcement
I was
authorities?
with IG po when I went there to get, nandoon po yung mga pulis din po ng Indonesia.
So IG, you're claiming that PNP IG introduced you and Indonesian police to each other?
It wasn't an introduction po. Magkasama lang po kami during the time.
But magkasama kayo
Kami nagkakilala po.
and you exchange numbers.
Yes po.
So you had that communication line. Senator De La Rosa.
Madam Chair, I was a former chief of staff of IG. I became the deputy director for operations of intelligence. See, in logic, wala ako nakikitang intelligence value sa presensya mo, sa papel mo doon. Bakit ang IG gagamitin ka? Huli na siya eh. Huli na siya. Bakit ka kasama sa IG? Wala akong nakitang intelligence value sa'yo. Siguro ang intelligence value sa'yo kung magamit ka for any other reasons na pwede kang gamitin.
Your Honor, the instructions is this.
Sino ang nagbigay ng instructions?
Sa PNP po.
Sino?
Si General Macapas.
Anong instructions niya?
Na sana umuwi that she will, kung pwede siya kausapin, na
Oo,
sumama.
yun na, huli ka. That she will, at kung pwede siyang kausapin. Alam mo,
No, that's
matagal
what I'm
na akong
saying.
pulis, ikaw, sinungaling ka.
No.
Napakasinungaling mo. Gumagawa ka ng istorya ngayon. Meron kang tinatago. Ha? Hindi kita papalabasin dito sa session hall ito kahit na hawak ka na ng NBI. Tilio, hindi kita papalabasin dito sa session hall ito. Kung hindi ka magsabi ng totoo.
Sige,
Yun
sige,
na
tuloy
nga
mo-
po.
SP
tuloy-
pro
tuloy mo lang yung
tempore.
kwento mo. Tuloy mo yung kwento mo. She
Opo.
will what?
That kung pwede po, that she will surrender to PNP.
Miss Maslog, baliktad na yung sequence of events. Sinabi na ni Senator De La Rosa, at the time of your second trip para kausapin si Guo Huaping, arestado na siya.
Yes,
No
Your
choice
Honor.
na siya na bumalik dito, which is what happened. So wala nang kayong mission na pa-surrenderin siya kasi huli na nga siya. So ano yung agenda nyo sa pagkausap sa kanya?
Actually po, Miss Guo Huaping and Alice Guo po, you can ask po. She has a lawyer po doon sa Indonesia.
Just a minute, before you continue, Ms. Maslog, about the lawyer in Indonesia, General Macapas will be joining us online. So we will be able to fact-check with him this amazing story. Please continue.
If I may
Joel.
also just put into the records, no, the Senate already gave time in 2000 and 2000? In year 2000. In year 2000. And the Senate found her liable. The same person, Madam Chair, Mary Ann Maslog. The Senate found her liable for false testimony, corruption of public officials, punishable under the revised penal code, violation of the anti-graft law, violation of Presidential Decree number 46, which makes it punishable for private persons to give gifts to government officials and employees on any occasion, falsification of public document, and tax evasion. So, Madam Chair, hindi ko alam kung we need to give more time to this rascal, Madam Chair.
Thank you,
Madam Chair.
Senator Joel. Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
Madam Chair, I don't know how to deal with this kind of resource person, pero alam mo, I suspect nandoon ka sa Indonesia because somebody is using you for an irregular operation. Kang lingo-lingo dyan. I am sure. Somebody's using you. I suspect. Ano? Ano masasabi mo ngayon?
Ms.
No,
Maslog.
Ha?
No, Your Honor.
Ha? No?
No, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka?
Yes, Your Honor.
Huwag mo ako lukuhin. Huwag mo ako lukuhin.
I am not, Your Honor.
I have the goods against you. I have the goods against you. But, Madam Chair, next, I will pin you down. I will pin you down. I tell you. I will pin you down. I will pin you down. I am sure about that. I will pin you down. Huwag mong gamitin yung pagkamaro mo. Kung dumaan ka na, namatay ka na noon, at ngayon bigla kang nabuhay, at ngayon ginagamit ka for irregular operations against us. You cannot, hindi ka makakalusot sa akin. I tell you. I tell you. Madam Chair, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Salamat kayo, Senator De La Rosa. Before I call the SP pro tempore, I have confirmation na pumunta ngang Indonesia si Ms. Maslog. But I will wait for that officially on the record from the BI. SP pro, sorry,
Just
if I may, Senator Sherwin, and
Sino
then
nagbayad
SP
ng
pro
ticket
tempore.
mo, Miss Maslog? Sino nagbayad ng ticket mo nung una at sino nagbayad ng ticket mo nung pangalawa? At tumira ka ba doon sa Indonesia? Sino nagbayad ng hotel mo?
We only stayed there, sir, for 1 day, sir.
Balikan.
2 days po, 2 days. Opo.
So, sino nagbayad ng ticket mo?
I-refund po ng ano po, ng government po.
Sinong government? Sinong government?
Refund ng government, di ka mga
Alam mo,
Philippine
Hirap.
government?
hirap nga ang IG magpadala ng ahinti pupunta sa ibang bansa. Ikaw pa, na you are not part of IG, hindi ka organic ng IG, gagastusan ka ng IG. Kaya the more kami nagsususpect na meron ka talagang ibang pakay doon. Meron kang iba. Ha? Madam Chair, can I move forward for a little bit?
You certainly may, Senator De La Rosa. But
Mayroon
before-
akong information na bumisita ka doon sa kulungan ni Alice Guo, dito sa Pilipinas. Bumisita ka?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
2 times.
Anong purpose mo doon?
First, sir, tinatanong ko po siya sa mga statement po na ginawa po niya, sir.
May ginawa siyang statement?
No, not the statement. What I'm saying, we were talking about ano po sa kanya, yung how do you say it, yung kung ano po ang nangyari sa kanya.
Ano ang pakialam mo sa kanya?
SP Pro Tempore.
Klaruhin ko na lang sa'yo. Ha? For the record, meron kong informasyon, na you are being used para papirmahin si Alice Guo ng affidavit. Affidavit na magtuturo na si President Duterte, si Senator Bongo, si Senator Bato, si General, si IDG? General Karamat ay nasa likod ng POGO. Merong tao from Malacanang nag-uutos sa'yo. Meron akong information. I can pin you down, my God. Huwag kang pailing-iling dyan. Alam kong informasyon na yan. Is that correct?
No,
Anong
sir.
purpose mo? Bakit ka pupunta doon kay Alice Guo? 2 beses ka pumunta. Anong purpose mo doon? Sige.
At sino kasama mo?
Like what I said, sir, ang kasama ko po pagpunta doon sa Indonesia ay IG po.
Ang
And we have
tinatanong ni
General Macapas online
Sen.
to
Bato,
cross-check.
sino ang kasama mo pumunta sa kulungan ni Alice Guo? Yun ang tanong ko.
Ako lang po, tsaka si attorney po.
Hindi ka papapasukin doon na ikaw lang.
Alam mo, galing ako dyan eh.
Tuktok mo.
Galing ako dyan sa custodial eh. Mahirap makapasok dyan. At sino ka para makapasok doon? Ang makakapasok lang doon, abogado, pare, kamag-anak, doktor,
O opisyal.
ikaw. Ano relasyon mo sa kanya? Doktor ka ba?
No, sir.
Pari ka ba? O ano ka ba?
No, sir.
O ano?
I don't have
Abogado ka ba?
No, sir.
O paano ka nakapasok? Who initiated the meeting? And how did you enter the custodial center?
The first time po na pumasok po kami doon, I was still with IG po.
So at this point, I think we should ask General Macapas dahil online na sila. We need to fact-check so many of these things na sinasabi ni Ms. Maslog. General Macapas, online na po kayo, nakikita namin kayo. Pwede nyo pong buksan yung audio ninyo so we can hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, General.
Your Honor, yes, po.
General, hindi pa kayo nakapagsumpa, no? Dito sa hearing namin.
Yes, Your Honor. Wala pa po.
Okay, Comsec, pakipasumpain si General.
Sir, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name,
I, Police Brigadier General Romeo Juan Macapas,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will tell the truth,
that I will tell the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth
and nothing but the truth
to this committee.
to this committee.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Comsec. Salamat, General. General, ang dami po naming naririnig na parang hindi talaga kapanipaniwala. And I hope that you will be the one to help us set the record straight kasi nababaluktot na yata talaga yung storya. Bakit nyo po ni-recruit, isinama si Miss Maslog para makatawid kay Guo Huaping?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon sa lahat po. Marami pong salamat.
Yes, sir. So, bakit kinailangan nyo pa si Miss Maslog para lang tumawid kay Guo Huaping? Sir, are you still online?
IG ka talaga, makapas nawawala ka.
Nag-iisip din yan.
General Macapas? Please come back online soonest. Ang dami pong mga tanong para sa inyo. Are there any other questions for Ms. Maslog or have we used up our patience
Madam
with
Chair,
this resource
if
person?
I as much as I wanted to ask this resource person, Madam Chair, I'd rather ask someone else.
Yes, Senator Joel. I think
Ubus
General
yung
Macapas
pasensya
is
ko.
online.
Yeah, if General Macapas is there, we can get back
General?
to him. Yes, I'll
Okay.
give way
Yes,
to
ma'am. Sorry,
Salamat.
naputol po.
Yes, sir. So, you're back online po. So, yun yung unang tanong po namin. Bakit kinailangan nyo pang isama si Miss Maslog para makakontakt kay Guo Huaping? Not once, but twice sa Indonesia pa.
Ganito po, ma'am, ang nangyayari dyan.
Opo.
Habang hinahabol namin si Alice Guo, nag-volunteer si Ma'am Jessica.
Paano siya nag-volunteer, sir?
Dahil, nung nagkakilala kami ni Ma'am Jessica 2002,
Paano po?
I'm still the saya of our DCO. Pumunta siya sa opisina na bumisita sa boss ko. Boss ko po ay
Sino?
busy, so ako ang kinausap niya. Then that time, palagi na siyang may finifeed na mga informasyon sa akin. So,
Over the past
Yun
22
naman.
years, since
No, ma'am.
2002.
no ma'am, 2022.
2022, okay, the
Yes,
past
ma'am.
2 years.
The past 2 years, ma'am. Yes,
Tapos
ma'am.
po,
So, nung nangyari itong kay, kay Your Honors, yung itong kay Alice Guo, nag-volunteer siya na may access siya kay Attorney David.
teka, nag-volunteer si Miss Maslog na
May connect siya kay
may
Attorney David.
contact siya kay Attorney David.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit niyo
Madam Chair, before you continue,
Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
it is very clear that Mary Ann Maslog is lying before this committee. Sabi niya kanina na siya daw ay in-approach ni General Macapas. Ngayon si General Macapas ang nagsasabi na si
Ang
Mary Ann
nag-volunteer.
Maslog ang pumunta sa kanya, nag-volunteer. So with that, Madam Chair, I move that this Miss Mary Ann Maslog be cited in contempt. Kanino tayo maniwala? Sa isang textbook scammer o itong general, one-star general? Kanino tayo maniwala? So I move that she be cited in contempt.
So
Before we
motion that Mary Ann Maslog be cited in contempt.
Second the motion, Madam Chair.
Duly seconded. So,
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, colleagues.
Salamat kayo, Senator De La Rosa. So, Ms. Maslog, you are cited in contempt by the Senate Committee.
Your
General
Honor,
Macapa, so kayo po yung pinaniniwalaan namin dito na
Yes.
nag-volunteer si Ms. Maslog sa inyo dahil meron daw siyang contact kay Attorney David. Bakit
Yes.
nyo naman po tinanggap o pinaunlakan yung pag-volunteer niya?
that time, hinahabol natin si Alice Guo, Your Honors. So wala kaming naka-blank pool kami. Nung sinabi niyang yung abogado ay may contact siya, we were hoping na may direct contact na siya doon. At sinasabi na si Alice ay willing to surrender.
Paano alam niya ni Ms. Maslog na willing to surrender si Guo Huaping?
From attorney, yung abogado niya
from
yung
Attorney
sa
David.
abogado niya, Your Honors.
Tapos, anong sumunod na nangyari? Bakit nakasabay pa si Ms. Maslog sa mga further steps ng law enforcement ng PNP?
So ganito po ang nangyari, Your Honors. Let me, if you allow me to continue.
Yes, please.
Yung first meeting namin was somewhere in here in Quezon City sa restaurant. Kausap ko si attorney, pati may isa pang kasamang, I think, abogado rin yun. Na
Kailan
may
po yun?
Early April, I think.
Early April.
Yes,
Summer.
nakalimutan ko
Okay.
yung specific. Before itong issue ni Alice. So, yun na yung initial na steps, pero hindi nangyayari na nag-surrender nga si Alice. Instead, lumabas po sila papuntang labas ng bansa.
Yes.
So from there, kasi naalaman namin na nag-book sila ng flight pabalik ng Pilipinas. That's why we coordinated immediately doon sa BI. So,
Pero yun yung flight nila na hindi natuloy, pabalik.
yes po,
And
nag-book
then?
sila ng flight pabalik na walang sumakay. So from there, nag-coordinate kami sa counterparts namin sa Singapore. So from there, na-trace natin kung saan sila nakatira sa Singapore. At lahat ng movement na subaybayan na namin through our counterparts. So hanggang nahuli nga po yun, the first time na nandun sila sa Singapore, nung nahuli si Alice pati si Cassandra,
You mean si Cassandra at si
Kasi pati si
Sheila?
Cassandra,
Sheila
pumunta
po.
kami doon para sabi sa akin, the same thing ni Ma'am Jessica, na mag-surrender na nga po.
Sa Indonesia
However,
po yun. Na
yes
nahuli
po,
sila.
sa Indonesia kami pumunta.
Anong
However,
nangyari?
nung nandun po kami, Your Honors, hindi po siya nagpakita sa amin. So instead na magtira kami doon ng matagal, nag-iwan po ako ng sulat kay Colonel Udri ng Indonesia na if and when ma-intercept nila, bibigyan nila tayo i-notify nila tayo nang sa ganun makuha natin si Alice.
And on that first trip po, sinama nyo pa rin talaga si Miss Maslog.
Siya po kasi yung connect, ma'am.
Siya
Your
yung
Honor.
connect. Quick
Siya po
question
yung connect
lang.
initially kasi
Opo, please stand by, County General. Quick question kay Mayor Kalugay. IG din po kayo dati, di ba, Mayor?
Opo, Ma'am Chair.
Magkakilala po kayo ni General Macapaz?
Hindi na po,
Hindi.
Your Honor.
So, kayo ba yung nag-coordinate nitong trip ni na Ms. Maslog, General Macapaz para kontakin si Guo Huaping doon sa Indonesia?
Po, Your Honor.